Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by Happy Time Murders, Hymns, and Movement. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Burnie.
And I'm Gus.
Bernie's wearing a hat.
I said and.
I think it's
I found the immersion helmet
It's a type of hat.
in the
Are helmets types of hats?
Of course they are.
Yeah, it's head covering, right? Isn't that just what that is? So I found the immersion helmet that was from season 1 of
Is the
immersion.
coat
Yeah.
a kind of shirt?
No.
No, it isn't. How good is that helmet? I'm gonna hit it.
It's not that great. Yeah, it's fucking loud as shit. Yeah. So the
Hurt my hand.
this helmet, this old Oilers helmet, that
You're
we took the
squinting
face.
like it's
Rest in
pressing your brain. You're
Am
like,
I?
it's like you're fighting against the
It
helmet.
makes your head look.
If I remember right,
really
that
tiny.
helmet was really tight.
It's pretty tight. I
Yeah.
think it's like a youth helmet, which should not be worn by me or Gus. But
No,
it's
not
like
at all.
when I go to take it off, it's going to be impressively hard.
Can you put it on backwards?
No, I don't know. Sure, why not? I mean, it's the head.
Be funny.
If only we were filming right now and we could try it.
No, I'm not.
You can get your lightsaber and you can like try to deflect drone shots.
I can't turn it around either. But it's weird how things
Blaine's
like
not here.
float around the studio for years and years and then just end up places. Like I hadn't seen or heard, like thought about this thing in probably like 4 years, and then it just showed up on the sports ball set, the new sports ball set.
So was it? It wasn't with the. I guess the prop department just put it there because
Maybe because it was sports related. So they were like, all right, we'll just throw this thing out there.
I bet there's people working in props who have no idea what that is.
Whoa.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they're probably not Oilers fans. They
I bet there's
only
a lot
know
of
the
people watching
Titans.
immersion who don't know.
I don't.
When did the
I have
Oilers,
an itch on my head right here, and I keep going to scratch it, and I keep going like this.
when did the Oilers leave? Like 20 years ago now?
95? 95? 95.
95 is not a year.
95? Anybody?
So 23 years ago?
95?
Damn, it's a long time ago.
It's about 20 years ago.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh man, I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen you. But you only missed last week, right?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're only gone
Me,
last
it's the
week.
helmet. I look
Yeah.
different. So.
How was your trip?
Where'd you go?
It's good. I went to Scotland for a couple days. It's
Did you
good.
Go to Trump's golf courses.
No, I didn't go to Trump's. I also didn't go to Loch Ness. People keep asking me that. Seems like an obvious thing.
This is
Went
water.
to Glasgow
Is that how they say it?
and Edinburgh.
I know that one's wrong.
So it was the Fringe Festival was going on at Edinburgh.
Ah, cool.
So went there. So getting Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Go?
I would say Glasgow, like I'd say Moscow.
Glasgow, right. Glasgow and Edinburgh. I feel like I've hit all the major cities in Scotland just going to those two, but there's also Inverness, but that's pretty far fucking north, dude.
There's also Loch Ness.
There's also Loch Ness, which I did not go to. And I didn't see the monster.
Well,
Monster?
you
Monster.
don't see them. I mean, that's not a really sensitive term anymore. That's not cool these days. We've
What's that?
progressed beyond the term monster.
Creature.
The Loch Ness
Misunderstood.
creature.
Yeah.
You gotta be correct.
Yeah.
We just don't understand it. We don't have the same values. That doesn't make him a monster
We're
inherently.
monsters to him.
Right.
The way we treat it, yeah. I mean,
Have you ever drawn the Loch Ness monster? I feel like that must have been an asset at one point.
I don't think so.
I bought
no.
a drawing of the Loch Ness monster.
Does that count?
I bought it. I paid
Why
for
don't you
it.
just draw one yourself?
Not that I could pay for it. It wasn't that much.
Why did you buy
Was
a
it a
drawing of
good
the Loch Ness
drawing?
monster? Did you buy it in Scotland?
What's that? No, it was a little expensive. So it seemed worth it, so I bought it.
It
wasn't expensive.
Oh,
Okay,
It's like $5.
No, it's about Tree Fitty. Hey, get it? Ah, there you go. Broadcast crew. I fucking let him into that one.
I think only one person laughed, and I think it was more of a snort than a
It
laugh.
was more of an angry laugh. They were like, they knew it was coming. See, I know all the memes, Gus. This is why I have my own podcast. 'Cause I'm up on all
You got
the
a
memes.
dab now, just like in that photo. There you go.
That was the
That was a
That was
terrible
a side
thing.
dab. That was like a
dab.
little fast dab.
That was a dad dab.
the fast.
What is it?
dab.
What is it?
Give him the fast
That was
dab.
like
Jessica
a
Negri does?
Hitler dab.
Dib.
Jessica just
Yeah,
goes like
they do
this.
the
Like
dib.
this.
Dib? That's what
Dib.
it is? Dib.
Still didn't do it right.
Did you?
What? I'm doing this? What is this?
You did this.
I asked you if you knew about
like
the
this.
eye thing.
I
You
know,
know about
what's the eye thing? I don't know what that is.
That's the internet is so fucking bored. Everyone is bored all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That's why we're on the internet all the time.
Well,
That's why people are watching
we wouldn't
this right
have
now.
an audience if they weren't bored.
There's always one of these dumb challenges.
I want to work here if I wasn't bored.
Did you ever see the fire challenge? Fire shower? What's that one?
Fire.
People would light themselves on fire in the shower.
Oh, how does that
It's
work?
a fucking thing, Gus. It's one of my pet peeves is when people light themselves on fire and film it. It's just like, it always goes wrong.
Been there.
100% of the time. Have you lit yourself on fire?
I lit my hat on fire once. It was wicked.
Did it go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. You lit your arm on fire for laser team, but that was professionals.
Done that as well, yeah.
How did they put that out? I don't remember.
He was in the
Whacked
shower.
me a bunch.
They
No,
go-
it was on a. I just threw the thing off. Threw the jacket off.
The one thing that you're not supposed to do when you're on fire is the one thing that everyone does,
Run.
which is just fucking run.
Yep.
Which kind of, in a way, exposes you to even more oxygen, more quickly.
Unless you
But-
run into a vacuum.
Good point, Gavin.
Yeah.
If you could just run like 30 miles straight up, you'd be set.
Well, what I pictured was running literally into a vacuum cleaner.
That'd be a good test.
Climb in your Roomba.
That'd be a good test. How fast do you have to run to outrun fire? Because
I would
every
do-
man has his speed.
I
Yeah,
think
you could do
it's
it.
Mach 2.
You would create an apparent wind, and that would blow out the fire.
Well, I assume crossing like a sonic boom would knock a fire off. I
Of
think.
course. Can you really outrun a fire? Okay, let's look.
Then in World War II, I've seen my share of World War II movies where they're in a bomber, and they're in the bomber. They're going to go bomb something, but surprisingly,
As you do in a bomber.
that goes wrong,
Yeah.
and someone shoots at them,
Oh, man.
and it catches one of their engines on fire. So they do this thing where they dive. They dive. You could also seems like go up because there's less oxygen, but no, they dive. And
Why
they
would you go up? That's
They go
like
down.
twice as
Yeah,
slow.
they go down.
They go down. They die.
Like
They dive. They go down.
and they go down super fast in a dive, and then they puts out the.
Do they do a spin and a dive to sort of max out
Yeah,
the
do
wind?
they?
They do a barrel roll. Did we talk about the Seattle guy?
Seattle.
Yeah, last week.
He was
didn't we?
fascinating.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We did talk about it a little bit last.
Yeah, I figured you would have been all over that story, Gus. I was
Yeah,
gonna
it was-
text you about it.
That was bizarre.
I
Super-
was
super
interested until I heard like the video or the audio of him talking to the control tower and
Yeah.
stuff. It was unhinged.
Yeah, he was far gone.
Yeah.
I think so, but he had a kind of a weird self-awareness of that
Almost
as well.
too much, but like he knew
It was
what he was gonna do.
it was a very human moment, and I'm sorry the guy is dead. I'm grateful that he didn't kill anybody else. What did he
seem
crash?
like he didn't seem like he wanted to. He seemed like
No,
he was very,
definitely
very,
didn't.
very
He
aware.
did,
but you
wanna-
could easily not try to kill someone and kill somebody.
Yeah.
He didn't want to even inconvenience anyone involved.
Nobody.
talking to him. He's like, sorry if I ruin your day.
Yeah, he was just like, I've got it figured out. I know what
I
yeah.
played some video games.
Yeah. That'd be like if you stole a plane and said, yeah, I play Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know what I'm doing.
I put in the time.
Yeah, I can land the plane.
I could not.
It's the hardest part of those games.
I think it's the hardest part of actually flying a plane, is getting it back on the ground successfully.
Cool. I don't like to think about that.
Plane he crashed was expensive too.
What?
Plane he crashed
Oh,
was
yeah.
expensive.
How much?
About $350.
Burnie just needs to do the like gotcha thing. Yeah. And then I think we got bingo.
Why don't you dab again?
Yeah, dab to celebrate your
Nah,
bad
I'm gonna
joke.
save it for later. That was
Do you
for me.
think Hitler was ever like mid salute and then he sneezed and dabbed?
Do you think there's a photo of Hitler
Was that the
sneezing and dabbing on
I
it?
bet-
Hitler
bet-
dabbing. That's in my Google search history now. It's all like shitty drawings.
Oh,
The response to me
God.
dabbing in that photo that you're talking about that was at RTX. There was I dabbed in a behind the scenes photo where everyone was posing and looking very lovely. And I just said, well, fuck it, I'm gonna dab. Because my kids were there, and I always dab in front of my kids and embarrasses the shit out of them.
You embarrassed the shit out of me too. I was there.
The reaction to that on Twitter was pretty evenly split between and I'm canceling all my services with Rooster Teeth
Great
effective
Burnie.
immediately. So it's a very divisive dance move.
I commented that when that photo was being taken, I was like in a moment where I was running around doing something and I didn't know what to do with my hands. So
Yeah,
I was
you
kind
were
of
kinda
standing there with
like,
my
yeah.
hands like out.
you needed 2 mugs.
I needed 2 mugs. to
There's
give
a
him
lot of
something to
pictures of
do.
Hitler dabbing.
It's all
A
drawings.
lot of drawings of it.
Yeah. We haven't talked about this, but earlier this month, did you see that story about the assassination attempt of the president of Venezuela
No. Oh, the drone thing.
with drones?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I saw the video where they like kind of like react to something, blow it up. But
Yeah. And then there was a second one that was like several blocks away that also went off.
Was it a bomb drone?
There was like
It was just a
DJ
drone that was going to fly over to him
Yeah.
and then blow up?
Yeah, it was a DJI drone that they had equipped with bombs.
So what did they do? They just messed it up.
I guess just didn't
Yeah.
work.
Looked
Didn't,
like they didn't even get close to the guy.
Idiots.
but one thing that
Amateurs.
his bodyguards came out and started shielding him. Did you see like that those folding like Kevlar pieces of cloth?
No, I did
They
not
like
see
deployed like these Kevlar cloths and started covering him up, I guess, to protect him from any potential shrapnel.
that. Yeah.
They're like Rainbow Six operators.
Yeah, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that stuff actually does exist.
Yeah.
I bought one of those. They're
And
expensive.
Venezuela to boot.
You bought one now?
No.
The thing about it though is that he's doing the speech. You don't actually see the drone at any point in time. You just see this what appears to be a shockwave. Like all of a sudden everybody looks and maybe the camera person is reacting to it as well, this explosion. And then what I found fascinating is his entire army just kind of runs. Like, did you see that? They all just like, they're all in this huge formation. Almost looks like a scene out of Star Wars. And then there's this explosion. And they all just...
When there's an explosion, they all look up at it. And then there's a second explosion from the other drone. And then they just all take
Well, I
off.
assume they're trying not to all be in the same exact spot, right? They're trying to just disperse to...
legging it. They're gone, dude.
They're trying to run fast to see if they were on fire, how fast they could run and put it out.
That's going to become... That kind of stuff is going to become...
I never thought about that.
Really?
Yeah. That's, I apparently you have put him on the list, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like...
Weirdo.
I get told all the time, don't fly your drone here. In fact, I've learned...
And you just go, that's okay, it's just got a bomb on it.
I've learned that one thing you should not do is ever ask anybody, is it okay if I fly a drone here? The answer to that question is always 100% of the time, no, don't.
Just do it.
Even if you have
Ask for
airspace
forgiveness.
where your GPS says you can fly and everything like that, you're not near an airport or anything, it doesn't matter. If you ask anybody, 100% of the time, they will say no. So just don't fly your drone. That's it.
Why
Fly
don't-
it in a field and that's it.
They should just do a Musk and just release a drone that's not a drone.
Go ahead.
And
What
then
does
you
it
can
do?
say- It's
It's like a bomb you throw at people?
It's a drone.
Those are
but
called
call it
grenades.
not a drone.
You call it not a drone.
It's like that.
It's like you
But
can't
it's
fly
a drone.
drones there. It's not a drone.
Like those flamethrowers.
Oh, right. DA got one.
I got one of those.
I bought one too.
Those things are way more dangerous than I thought they would be.
It was expensive.
Yes.
How much was it? Damn it! Damn it! Someone stop
You're
it.
just every time. It's always you who bites.
I'm like, he's like a horse and I'm the feed bag. He's just... All right.
I'm so glad I'm gonna have the memory of Gavin turning towards me so innocently, saying,
I'm
"How
like
much was it?"
I'm like a goldfish on this podcast.
Honestly, it speaks volumes about your personality.
I've seen videos of him and it just looks like it's like a flame the length of the flamethrower.
Right, but I
yeah,
guess
but when you're behind it,
right, when you have it and
different.
you realize that the wind moves that fire around, it becomes a lot more real.
yeah.
Yes.
Like we got it. We took it out to the parking lot. I wanted to bring it on set and use it in here, but we used it in the parking lot first. You know, I fired it up, and said, there's no way we're not using that inside.
It also, by the way, is a terrible waste of propane. It just like spews propane.
And
It's
those
like an environment burner.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And those propane cans aren't cheap.
it's irresponsible.
And he's trying to just offset all the good he's done with electric cars. It's like, we need to burn
Yeah,
this
a lot of gas
somehow.
in the atmosphere now.
So JD told me something this week in response to the not a flamethrower being shipped out. He said that the Boring Company is Elon Musk's play to figure out how he's going to be able to drill on Mars remotely. That's the long-term purpose for potentially drilling and living under the surface of Mars and being able to. And I thought that's
Seems like
really interesting. I never heard that anywhere else, but that's actually kind of an interesting theory.
Yeah.
Seems like the moon would be a better bet.
Oh, he's more interested in Mars.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a Mars guy.
After the
Yeah.
last month that guy's been through, I don't trust that he's gonna get anything successfully
What
on
did he
Mars.
do?
Yeah, that's true.
He's just been melting down nonstop. I
what's the
followed the guy on Twitter for a long time. I had to unfollow him a couple months ago when
I
he
also
started going on these crazy tangents about verifying news and
Yeah.
having like verified news outlets where you could trust news from. And it's just like he goes on these weird tangents of shit.
And he called
it's like I don't care about
diver
that.
a pedophile.
Then they
was
got
weird.
Yeah, calling the diver a pedophile was weird.
Pedo guy.
Pedo.
I think the guy's
how
gonna
you
file a
pronounce it in-
lawsuit, right?
I was thinking about that. The word pedestrian is like comes from ped.
It's like Greek and Latin differences.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? You say pedo.
It's because you can step on children
Well,
with your
it's
foot.
spelled differently
A
from me.
pedo.
But we essentially the
Pedestrian.
Spelled with an
British
A.
pronunciation is correct
It's an AE.
because we say pediatrician. When we say pedo.
Well, if you said pediatrician,
Pediatrician.
it'd sound weird.
You
Right.
also say... I mean, that happens a lot.
That'd be
in-
wrong.
That happens a lot in language. You also say,
Pediatrics.
you say buoy, but you pronounce buoyancy the same way I would say boy.
What do you say? You say boy?
Boy.
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 You boy.
But Elon Musk, he does make me wonder. And there was something else that came up recently. I can't remember what it was, but I was looking at someone. I was looking at some of their tweets, and it was someone they were going through some kind of scandal, and I happened across some of their tweets, and it was about them responding to people who had said mean things to them online, and they were firing back. And I was like, oh, that guy shouldn't be firing back at people online. But I often feel
Elon
like
Musk does it all the time.
who does?
Elon Musk does it all the time.
And Elon Musk does it too. So what's the point at which, Gus, you can't fire back at someone if like they come at you on Twitter, for instance, and say, Gus, you're fucking terrible and ugly, and I don't like you.
Like I get that every day.
I get you.
I don't think it's a matter of like how many followers or like wealth you have. It should be about a personality thing.
I think that's
about,
part of
like,
it.
being the bigger person and recognizing legitimate like criticism. If someone calls Gus a piece of shit, he's not going to be like, he's right. Oh man, this just seals the deal. Like I think Gus would be like, I know that's wrong.
I'm sure there's people.
I mean, how is the rule different from just firing back in real life?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do there need to be rules? Why can't it just be like?
But it does seem like there's a point at which you shouldn't do that.
You've got a bigger audience. There's more people watching when
Right.
you acknowledge. And
yeah, but it's like some people are pricks and some aren't.
Yeah, but I feel like almost like because I came from online forums myself, like that's
Musk,
where we
prick.
started out.
Yeah.
Gus, right? We started out on online forums. I feel like if I don't get in there and mix it up with people when they're hammering on me, I feel like I have an obligation to do that. Is that like?
yeah, but that's. I mean,
But now I'm starting to think that maybe it's
Hey, you
like
did it to me.
I shouldn't do that.
You did it to me.
I did it. Very famously did it to Jordan on the podcast.
Yeah.
For
And now I never talk about anything.
do you remember what we were arguing about, Gus?
we're at Conan O'Brien.
Conan
Yeah.
O'Brien. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't.
Way to go, Jay or Dan.
What was
don't
that like?
talk about that
Podcast 30 or something?
Yeah, I think it was pretty early on.
I feel
Because
like
then I stopped listening to it,
That's what we do. We eliminate our listeners one at a time.
Yeah.
We call them out.
and then
Who's
I did
next?
and then I got bored and did
Soccer
RTA.
Dog 0000. You're
Fuck
next.
that guy. Dogs can't play soccer, idiot.
But I feel like
Done. Let's move on.
I feel like if we don't communicate with people the way they communicate with us, I feel like that's disingenuous. Like if like someone says, "Oh, Bernie's all fucking idiot, doesn't know about Conan O'Brien." That's your voice, by the way, Jordan.
That's how I was imagining. Like that's how I was saying it as I wrote it. This fucking guy.
Doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know anything.
If I said, "I see your point," anyway, it's thanks for being a fan. It's all about you. I'd be like,
You were
no,
still
fuck
wrong,
this,
though.
fuck this, Jay or Dave. I'm
You were
not
still-
wrong.
you were still wrong
Nobody
about
cared about Conan O'Brien a year later, 6 months later. Everyone was all
That wasn't
up their
your
own
argument.
butts about
That
him
wasn't
leaving
your
NBC,
argument.
and then they were all gonna remember the protests they were having. We got there in the fucking protests there, Jordan. Fucker.
I'm not listening to this podcast anymore.
They're not going to participate. So anyway, Cam's back. I mean, no matter nowhere's back.
Nomad, be sure to watch Nomad. Bye.
Nomad has a really interesting place for me in the history of Rooster Teeth because that was a show that right up until it came out, I was like, I don't know if it's going to work.
Could go either way.
I literally didn't know. I couldn't make a prediction which way it was going to go. In fact, I think I talked about it at, I believe it was at RTX London last
I
year.
think it might have been Sydney.
Was it Sydney?
Yeah.
I
You
said
said there was something about that show.
there's a show coming out.
Yeah.
And there's a mechanic in the show that I don't know if it's going to work. And
It was the Nomad being silent.
it was, and I couldn't say it at the time, but yeah, it was the
silent
Nomad being silent.
Yeah, well, that puts a lot of work on the sound design
Yeah, it
team,
does.
and then we have to like really figure out like how each sound needs to convey meaning. It needs to be a sad sound or a happy sound. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's your saddest sound?
Saddest sound. It's usually just like strings like going down. It's like,
It's pretty sad.
yeah.
Classic.
The happiest sound is like a squeaky toy. It's just like squeaky. Anyway,
So you guys took a break, and now you're back.
yeah. We broke to do Camp, and now Nomad's coming back.
Why don't you just say it was the end of the season and then just do another season?
Because it was only 6 episodes.
Yeah, British.
It's not.
They do that.
No, we
They
do
that all
things.
the time.
We do things the proper way here.
Yeah.
Nah,
We say
6 is fine for a season.
pediatrician.
What's the longest gap?
6 fits on one disc.
6 fits on
6
one disc?
fits?
Yeah,
6 episodes.
if they're long. If they're long enough.
What do you call a season?
Series.
Series.
What do you call a show?
Show.
But like if there's a series finale, like the show is ending,
Series finale.
but that could mean season as well.
No.
Yeah, because here we have like season finale
Yeah.
for the final episode of a season, and then
finale.
series finale.
It's very
for the,
important
the
for the
show
audience to
ends.
know. There's a season finale of Camp. It's not the series finale. Of
Well, our shows only go like two series and then stop. So
And also,
you just-
50-50
ready-
chance of it being the real end.
you're ready for it to end every time.
and then there's 8 years between those two series.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Has Sherlock come back yet?
I think it did. I think it was bad.
Ashley
though.
would know.
One of the
Actually-
weirdest ones is Luther. They have like such big breaks, and they'll come back with like 2 episodes and then go off again.
What is Luther?
They're also like 90
Idris
minutes
Elba being a badass cop who don't give a rat's about the law.
Really?
Like, bipping people.
Is that what he says? I don't give a rat's.
No, he doesn't say that.
I'm a cop who doesn't give a rat's about the law.
Well, no, it was British.
He's
He'd say
basically like
lore.
this just insane suicidal policeman who
Oh,
kills.
he's
like,
great for James Bond. then.
mentalists. Oh, he'd be amazing Bond.
He kills mentalists.
Yeah, like people who are like off their rocker.
Like the show, The Mentalist.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like people who know hypnosis.
Oh, yeah, you got people who can do like magic tricks.
Is that what mentalist means?
Yeah, they're like mind readers, right?
Yeah, it's like that guy. He used to go on Oprah, and he would like he'd be a medium, so he would like kind of just like feel people out and be like, "Oh, you have someone you lost recently," and then like start very general and then get more specific. And he'd be like, "It starts with I want to say a J," and they're like, "It does, yes." And then he just like keep honing in on that.
Yeah.
There's a
That kind of
great
stuff.
moment in Luther where he knows a guy did the murder, but he can't prove it. There's no evidence. So he like tries to frame the guy. So he puts on a glove, punches the guy in the face in public in the street, like with a hood down, takes the blood off, and like he just has like a fistful of blood, and then he like plants it at the scene. That's Luther.
That doesn't seem like legal police work.
Yeah, that doesn't
and
sound
it
like he
comes
gives
out-
a rat's about the
It comes
law.
out of nowhere in the episode. You just see him like walking.
Well,
the
you
street,
spoiled it now.
Poof.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to
It's
watch
not
it.
like you don't know who the killer is.
We'll know when he punches him in the face.
Well, you know by that point who it is. It's like the first thing shown in every episode is the killer, I think.
Well, there's no suspense then.
That's like
we're
Columbo.
gonna show you the end of the episode.
The suspense
You never watch
is finding
Columbo?
out.
You see who killed the person in the first 2
The
minutes.
suspense is finding out how Luther's going to frame them in some due process to get them thrown in jail.
That's the crazy thing about Columbo is that they're like 90-minute episodes, some of them. And sometimes you won't show up for like 25 minutes. It's like, oh, I'm watching Columbo. I just forgot I was watching something else.
You a big Columbo fan?
Hell yeah. It's a good show.
You think? How do you feel as a Brit? How do you feel about Idris Elba potentially being the new James Bond?
I think it's wicked.
Yeah, I think it'd be badass.
So
Just watch Luther
He's
and you'll think,
super
yeah,
cool.
that's
I was
good.
talking with Ashley
I like him
about
in The
this.
Wire. Watch The Wire.
I love The Wire.
Cool.
You're
He
talking
plays
about-
Stringer Bell in that.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
and he's Heimdall.
Yeah.
Yes. We talking about Ashley? Talking with Ashley about
Yeah.
something?
So Ashley, we were talking with her about the Idris Elba being James Bond thing, and she said, "Well, it makes total sense because all the James Bonds are different people. James Bond is the position." I'm like,
Not true.
What? That's not true at all.
007 is the position.
Right.
She's thinking Doctor Who.
She thought exactly. She thought James Bond was just a person they hired to be James
I
Bond.
think it's like a fan theory that people have like really latched onto.
No, but
Really?
he has the same like ancestry. He's always like
Yeah.
an orphan from some Scottish parents or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
always
like
the same.
in order to be James Bond, you have to fit that archetype.
Oh my gosh.
Like they only go to those orphanages. Like this is the orphanage where we find our James Bonds.
Did his parents die in a skiing accident? Okay, cool.
James Bond is Scottish?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In was it in
I knew Sean Connery played him.
Skyfall?
Yeah,
they
he
go
goes-
to go to Scotland. Yeah, that's where
Yeah, the newer ones
They
make,
home alone
stage
the
is.
house.
I feel like the newer ones make a lot more effort to go back to the roots of the books.
Yeah.
But
Well, they used to a little bit.
Well, they did like almost like a
Last couple
reboot.
ones, not so much.
yeah, with Casino Royale.
Yeah, Quantum of Solace and all that stuff.
Quantum of Solace was wank.
Was it?
Yeah, it was weird. I like
The name is
Casino Royale,
terrible.
though.
Quantum of Solace.
They ran out of titles like from Ian Fleming novels.
It ran out a long time ago.
Yeah, so they-
GoldenEye was just like the Ian Fleming's house in Jamaica. Oh, just
really?
the name of his house. They're like, that's a movie.
Really?
There's no one with a golden eye in the movie, but sure. It's like
Well,
I thought the
GoldenEye
satellites-
is the satellite.
Yeah.
The one.
Okay.
Have you even seen it?
yeah, they got the little credit cards, the
There's
big
no one
gold
with
blobs.
Yeah.
There's no one with 8 pussies in Octopussy, dude. I hate to break it to you. the name of the movie doesn't mean that they're in the movie.
But there is a
There's a man with a golden gun in Man with a Golden Gun.
well, not when it's disassembled, because then it's a cufflink, a pen, and a lighter.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let me read this here.
No.
Want to remind
What if we say
everyone,
no to that?
this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by
Thunderbolt.
Happy Time Murders. You know and love the world of Jim Henson, but discover what happens on the other side of the street in the most outrageous R-rated comedy of the summer. Brian Henson, the son of Jim Henson and director of the Muppets Christmas Carol and Muppets Treasure Island, brings us the very R-rated Happy Time Murders starring Melissa McCarthy as a detective in a world where puppets and humans coexist. McCarthy is Detective Connie Edwards, who teams up with her puppet partner Phil Phillips to dive into the seedy underbelly of Los Angeles and find out who's behind a series of puppet murders. It's a place where puppets interact with humans in a very adult, sometimes shocking, ultimately hilarious way. And from watching the trailers, there's a lot of silly string involved, loads of it. Melissa McCarthy is hilarious, and you probably never look at puppets the same way again. Happy Time Murders is unapologetically outrageous and co-stars Maya Rudolph, Elizabeth Banks, and Joel McHale. Be sure to check it out when Happy Time Murders hits theaters August 24th. Trailer debuted at Deadpool 2 showings and has gotten everyone talking again. Happy Time Murders is out August 24th. I think they're making it very clear it's an R-rated film. Don't take the kids. So thanks for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
That comes out on Friday.
Friday the 24th?
Yeah.
Is that on Lucky?
That's this Friday.
Oh, shit. That is this Friday.
Did you forget what day it was?
Oh, no. I forgot it was the 20th.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this. I was talking about this earlier with Jordan. And apparently, Hooters is shutting down locations. And they're having to re-strategize because they've discovered a recent study that says millennials aren't that into boobs.
What's your take, Gavin?
Dude, I read one of the weirdest. I think Joey Noel, she posted retweeted something. She's like, how do I react to this? And there's some guy's long explanation why Hooters isn't appealing to millennials because it's
Too many boobs.
No, I'm going to paraphrase here, but it was too surface level. It's all about appearances, and he would much rather have a restaurant where he can talk to the women and discuss his problems with the women. And it went
what?
like,
What's the therapist?
it went, maybe I'll try to find it. It was so fucking crazy and
Sounds like
creepy.
the dude needs to go to a therapist.
So this article I read about this, I'm going to read this while you look that up. They mention this thing about millennials being less interested in breasts, and they looked at this Pornhub study. They said, Pornhub visitors between the ages of 18 and 24 are 19% less likely to search for breasts when compared to all other age groups, but visitors aged 55 to 64 are 70% more likely.
Just rebrand it. Booters.
Do you think fake
Everyone's got
tits are
big old
dying out then?
butts.
I would assume so then.
I think millennials are just into respecting women.
Or they're into non-shitty food. I mean,
That's it. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's
John Gruden says
the
they're
food
good.
sucks.
I can't remember the last time I ate at a Hooters, but I definitely remember being
The last
underwhelmed.
time I went was when Burnie took me.
I don't even know
Why did I take you?
I think you took me just for the novelty of it.
to check out this great American restaurant.
And I was like, yeah. And then it was just a bit sad.
Gavin's just it's just this over
Here
and
we
over.
go. For me to be excited about Hooters, there would need to be changes. 1, I'm not a huge fan of the Barbie look. Bottle blonde, big boobs, scorching tans. 2, I wouldn't be there to look, in all capital letters, at you, but to talk to you. A place to eat and chat with good conversationalists. Sign me up.
Don't they do that?
So
though?
it has to be a place.
Don't they talk to you? Or is that?
Yeah, they talk to you about sports and how your day is.
It's like
And they
real
put
light
ice.
talk.
They put
And-
ice in your beer.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
I've
thing.
seen-
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they take a bag of ice and throw it in your beer. It's awful.
Is it similar to Twin Peaks?
Remember when they had
Yes,
an
very
airline?
There could be debate nights where wings are free. This guy says there could be activity rooms.
This guy wants friends.
Yeah.
It would also be
this guy
important to
wants
have
to
some
still go to college.
specialized setup for the guys who just want to therapeutically vent their woes to women.
Oh my god!
Like specialized
I'm cringing.
problem listener hostesses. This way, these guys don't just dump their problems
would you wanna
onto
talk
each other
to
and every other
someone?
woman.
Why would you want to talk to somebody who doesn't give a shit? And you know they don't. They're not professionals for that.
If that was your job, it's like, okay, you're going to be a waitress here at Hooters. Also, you got to listen to everyone's problems all day long.
I
And,
thought
and
of
be
a-
a good
So
conversationalist.
one-sided.
My gosh.
I still have a great idea for a documentary or a series. Is Gus is a therapist and has to listen for an hour at a time to other people's problems.
Well, what advice would Gus give?
Just like
Just stop.
Stop. Yeah.
Just stop doing that.
Just stop.
No.
Solve your
Let me
own
stop you
goddamn
right there.
problem.
No.
UPS
Yeah.
will pick up the package from your house.
How do I get people to like me, Gus?
Stop.
Oh, okay.
Just stop.
Buy yourself a flamethrower, apparently.
They still have a hotel in Vegas, right? And they had an airline at one point.
Yeah.
Hooters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hooters era started the same year as Rooster Teeth.
Did
But
it?
I don't know the airline still exists. I'm pretty
I don't
sure
think it does.
was.
Where's our airline?
It's true.
I don't know. Where we go? We don't ever travel anywhere.
We could have bought Hooters.
Yeah, it
airline.
ran from March of 03 to April of 06.
Did they sell off all their planes and stuff? Who bought them? Could have been us.
The airline is estimated to have cost Hooters of America $40 million.
Damn.
The what did?
The
Not
airline.
that much.
It cost. Wait. Read that sentence
I
again.
think what it means is that they lost $40 million on the venture.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
no,
they
that's a lot
lost
of money.
$40 million.
Yeah.
They had 7 planes.
Oh, so
Where's their
they
hub?
didn't own the planes.
You remember this article?
Typically, they're leased. Like most airlines don't own the
So
plane.
who owns all these planes? The
It's like
company that made
banks
them?
and holding companies.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they were purchased by United Airlines for a lot of money.
They were.
Yeah.
All 7 planes, baby.
Staring at Gavin.
You're a little excited about it now.
I was
He
waiting for
gives
you.
it away when he's just like,
Watching Gavin.
I can see the wheels and Gavin's head turning. And I couldn't help but smile about it. I don't know who they were bought by or how much.
I don't think United.
I could guess how much.
No. United did not acquire them.
all right.
Definitely not for.
Gus
you were
is
gonna
saying,
say.
just stop.
Yeah, just stop.
Don't.
What do I do when I get to a red sign?
Stop.
Okay, thanks.
Or yield.
Or yield. That's a good point.
Yeah. Depends on the shape.
So for me as a millennial to be excited about Hooters, it would need to be a fundamentally different experience that instead of relying on a superficial novelty, instead cultivates meaningful human interactions in a world increasingly isolated by convenience and
But
technology.
it's so then it'd be like dudes could work there too. Then
Well, that's the other thing I saw.
Yeah.
Hooters launched a separate spin-off restaurant called Hoots. Where they hired men.
huh?
And they're fully clothed.
But I think it's only like one
The
location.
women are fully clothed.
Was there ever a man Hooters?
They're clothes.
Hoots.
More
Yeah, but was
clothed.
there ever like a dude owned like wieners?
At what point is clothed fully clothed? Is a bikini fully clothed? Because it doesn't seem like it is.
That's like undergarment.
It's not
But then, so
undergarment.
what is what are you? At what point are you fully clothed?
When you
I think you're fully clothed.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is cover your bits, right?
Somebody
like-
finally acknowledged it.
tops and bottoms, you're fully clothed.
Okay, tops and bottoms.
But if you're in underwear or like a
What if-
swimsuit, you're not fully.
What if it's a mesh shirt?
Well, hot pants.
Yeah, mesh shirt
and hot
and hot pants. Is that fully clothed?
This is a Gavin question. You should be able to answer this.
I would say yeah, that's fully clothed.
Is Bernie's hat just a different form of helmet? Who knows?
Well, there's no law based around being fully clothed, though, is there?
It's an expression, though. It's a unit of measurement that people use to determine how clothed people
We
are.
have this thing.
I mean, you
on
got to cover up your junk, and I think
What's
that's
going
it.
on here?
We have this thing on our mixer in Achievement Hunter right now where it used to be set so that you could see how long the audio recording had been going. But now it counts in different units that are much slower than seconds. So like
Why?
an hour
What
is
unit
like
is that?
18 minutes. And I don't know what to call this unit.
An hour is 18 minutes.
Yeah, I want to like come up with a name for it. I've been just calling them weenuses because I don't know. Like a video is
like-
18 weenuses. It's about an hour long.
Mercury, like hours, minutes, like times
Yeah,
different on
different
Mercury.
planets, minutes.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And you can't change it? Or does no one have gone through and
I'm sure you
looked
can
at it?
change it. We just someone must have like
This is
the
just a new
moonball probably hit the
interesting thing.
keyboard and switched it to weenuses, and we just haven't figured out how to do it.
Well, there's already something called weenuses, so you got to come up with something better.
Well, that's what I'm
You can
here
call
for.
them Gavin seconds.
That's stupid. I didn't do it. I might have.
But you oh shit! But you discovered it, so that's why you get to name it.
It's true.
They're free minutes.
When you mentioned that they would put ice in beer at Hooters earlier, it made me think about another story I saw where I guess whoever makes Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, was offering coolers filled with free Bud Light in the city of Cleveland for whenever the Cleveland Browns finally win a game.
Oh, I thought it was like all of the beer at the stadium was locked up until they win a
Nope,
game.
they've got special fridges around Cleveland that are locked up. And this is when the Browns win, Cleveland wins, and I guess you can open it then and then get free Bud Light.
Well,
It's like,
that'll-
it's,
shitty.
it's really a no-win situation.
That'll light
Yeah,
a fire
right.
under the players.
Was it like a cold mailbox?
It's a refrigerator, dude.
Box. It's a fridge.
It's a fridge.
I had a really interesting
There
thing.
it is.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What do you
bet,
mean-
I bet they go 1 in 15.
It's got a fucking chain around it. How is that going to automatically unlock?
What, you want it to be done with like an app?
you don't know how computers
Well,
work.
how about just a door that's locked? I mean, and
How
then
much?
do they automatically unlock when the Browns win, or some guy's got to go around the fucking
Some guys got to go around with keys.
It's horseshit.
They dropped the keys from a plane.
Well, then, it's,
Well, just
to me, I like the idea that the Browns
guy.
win, all these things unlock,
Yeah.
and then everybody's fucking drunk instantly. Like,
They're just,
by the way,
they're just gonna pile up on that guy who's trying to unlock it.
They probably have to have someone there to make sure like no one under 21's grabbing beer. That might be why it doesn't just auto
It's
unlock.
Cleveland. It's fine.
did you see Michael on last week's Off Topic? You got pulled away apparently during it, so they came and got
well,
me.
like I tell them every week, I don't necessarily have time to sit for 3 hours and do a podcast.
How long was it?
He's a very busy guy.
3
Yeah, so it's
hours
like-
and 4 minutes.
They would rather me make an appearance than leave, but then I just catch a bunch of shit for leaving. It's like I have to do other stuff.
Yeah, gotta work.
Well, I did.
No, just
Somebody's
saying
gotta
so
work
much
around
I was saying that to Michael and it infuriated him. I was like, he's got to go to work.
Yeah,
You know, 'cause
and
it
his
makes
response
Michael
is,
mad.
This is work.
This
It's
is work.
Yeah, but there's also other work.
Right. But yeah, then I was on there for the post show, and he just like he hit the fucking wall. Like I had to
gave
walk
him
away.
more alcohol, you maniac.
I had to walk away. Well, what else am I gonna do? I'm
You
there.
were on a bar.
How else do you deal with Michael?
What am I gonna do? Am I supposed to enjoy Michael sober? I'm like, to be fair, I was also drinking with Jeremy, but then Michael kept joining in, and I asked Lindsay on every shot, "Is this okay?" And she was like, "Eh."
He's not pregnant.
Lindsay's good at.
She's like, he's got
Driving
he's got a will and insurance. It's fine. Let him drink up.
It is weird though. It's weird blacking out.
Did he black out?
I assume so. Yeah.
He wrote me the next day very angry at me. So
He was angry. Oh, because you gave him booze.
yeah.
Well,
How
yeah.
dare you?
I mean, I was close to blacking out at Let's Play Live because
Oh, God.
Bruce just kept giving me shots, and I woke up like, damn him. But it was like I had a great time.
It's your own fault. You can't be mad at someone for giving you shots.
No, it's true. It's just that when you've had enough booze, the instinct is like, my drink ran out. Where's my next drink?
Yeah.
And it's weird because I don't enjoy drinking alcohol. I don't like the taste of it that much. But when you're in that state, it's just like I need some slurps.
Yeah.
Or something. It's really weird.
It's
some sips.
awful.
Yeah.
What? Why do you say that?
Like you accelerate, and you just drink more and more.
Yeah.
The drunker you get,
The more you
the
want to
more
drink.
you want to drink. Yeah.
And when people are given shots and you're just like, oh, and you can feel them slowly kicking in, you just feel yourself turning to goo, and it's like,
Well,
oh,
shot-
Kind of like
I'm
I should
done.
stop.
Shots are the worst because you get through it so quickly, but it's just such a concentrated piece of alcohol.
When you have that moment, Jordan, when you say I should stop,
Yeah.
you're right. You should stop. It really is like your last line of defense. Just that little voice that just goes, "Please don't," and then you're like, ah.
But then when that voice doesn't win, then it's you're done.
well, one more drink,
done.
and that voice goes, "Fuck it."
yeah, woo.
Yeah.
Then you become the fulcrum.
Bad news, dude. Bad news.
Yeah, I feel like
Drinking is such bad habits.
I feel like everyone's had some pretty rough experiences. Sometimes it just. I want to say sometimes it just happens. Just because we just hate ourselves.
Yeah,
and we just.
hey, there's nothing you can do. It just happens, man.
I was walking down the street and sorry.
I've never blacked out, but I did throw up at a New Year's party that you threw, mostly because
What party was that? That was a bad
I think
party.
it was.
Was it the one where he was
I
a
think it was-
vampire?
No, that was a couple
No.
years before that. This is the one. This is the one
that
at,
one.
at your current house where you had a bunch of tiny pies.
I was invisible. Oh, yeah.
That's, that he wasn't a vampire. He was invisible. He's like, you
So there's a
can't
place
see me.
called Tiny Pies in Austin.
Yeah.
It's called Tiny Pies, and they make tiny pies.
How much is a tiny pie?
About tree fitting.
What do they make?
They actually are about tree fitting. And so you get these tiny pies, and we got way too many of them.
Yeah,
But they looked cool. So
and they were really good. And I was drunk enough to be like, oh, I want.
we just forced them on Damaris at the end of the night. We just saw how many
there they
pies.
are.
You were
That's
forcing
it.
them on me too. I
Yeah.
threw them all up. Like,
Some of those
That's
look
the end
like
of that story.
that's a
Jordan and
quiche.
Chris Damaris, we
They're
forced
so
them to
good.
eat as many
Yeah.
pies as they could.
That top right is
I didn't feel
quiche.
forced as
I think
much.
it's
I
a
was like
blackberry crumble.
dumb enough to think it was a good idea.
I feel like whenever I'm too drunk, you are there.
Me?
Yeah. And I don't want to say it's your fault.
That was a Let's Play Live?
because
That's
he just admitted to giving.
I feel
Michael
like
a bunch of beer.
it's always special when we're all drinking with you for some reason.
Yeah.
And everyone just hits it a bit hard.
I-
Sometimes you hit it hard and it's
Because I don't drink
magic.
that often, and then when I drink, like I've got these
Burnie
Rooster Teeth
literally
beers.
turns into a different person when he's super drunk.
Yeah, but you know-
he'll either turn invisible
Or the
can't see
fulcrum.
me, or the fulcrum.
Here's my problem. I tend to drink a lot more at my house because I don't have to fucking
you
go
don't got
anywhere.
your set.
Yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere. And all my drinking though is all compensating. It's just compensating for the fact
That you're not that interesting.
yeah, pretty much. I'm compensating for the fact that, and it's even going to pay me to say this because everyone's going to agree. People like Matt Hullum when he's drunk. They like him, and they like him way better than me.
Drunk Matt's amazing.
Yeah, see, there you go, right there. There it is.
you only see him
I've
like
had to
you
live with
talk
that
to-
like half my life at this point.
You don't get to see Drunk Matt like once every 2 or 3 years.
I
though.
know.
I don't
Sounds like
remember
you
the
need to
last
talk to a
time
Hooters
Drunk Matt
waitress
came
about
out.
this.
It's been a long time.
What a meaningful dialogue.
He's due. Maybe at the holiday party
Candy
this
with
year.
an eye.
Yeah.
Can I get one of these? What are these beers?
Austrian Beer Works, Amber Beer.
So we got the Rooster Teeth,
No,
the
they're
Rooster
independent.
Brew, and it's from this beer company.
Not this beer company.
No,
No.
this is independent.
This is Independence.
Oh, this is Independence. Oh, it's my friend, my lunatic friend Scott, who comes on.
Oh, really?
Is
yeah,
involved
we
with them.
definitely need to stop getting this.
Stop it. He was like, why did you do a Rooster Teeth beer with somebody else?
Uh oh.
And I went, So, but I told him we had done the stuff before with the 99 pack of beers and stuff like that. But I have a bunch of those Rooster Teeth
Yeah,
beers.
has your friend ever given us free stuff? I don't think so.
Yep, just free hassle. That's about it. The But I'm not. I like IPAs, and I think I get the feeling that IPAs are kind of like a basic beer, right? I mean,
Sure. It's like
I
standard.
think, I think people
I mean,
who claim
basic
to
in
be
the way.
beer guys like IPAs.
There you go, exactly.
So I like IPAs too.
Right. And so I feel like I'm kind of a douchebag for drinking an IPA.
Nah.
But I still like it. I just like the taste of it. I just
What's it
like
stand for?
India Pale Ale.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
What is the bitterness
Hops.
scale thing they like? Have
Hops.
you ever heard of the universal?
I think it's
bitterness?
weenuses.
Hops.
It's the weenus scale.
I've never heard of that. No, I didn't
No.
realize that
I went to a bar that had like a number next to all of them. It was like IBU. There you go. Is it
Oh, is that what that
International
is?
Bitterness
Unit.
Unit? Oh my god.
Because there
International
is like
bittering
the
units.
thing you could buy where it's like the bitterest thing.
Yeah, that'd be a 99 on the IBU.
And apparently it's just like you can barely.
I think.
It's the stuff they put on shit that they don't want kids to eat.
Alum.
like Tide Pods.
No,
Right,
kids love those.
Tide Pods.
Dude, I stepped on a Tide Pod. I wish either this weekend or the
Did you
previous weekend.
slip and dab as you were falling?
No, but I
Oh, he slipped
was
and
getting a
Hitler
pod
saluted.
out, and I was getting a pod out. I was going to put it in the washer, and I fumbled it, and it fell, and I went to back up like this. You were wet.
What, you were like a 9-foot human?
Stepped in it. I stepped on it. It
Godzilla.
was gross. It was all gross.
We'll make a new Tide Pod challenge. You have to put 10 on the floor, jump onto them with both feet, and see if you eat shit or not. I think that should be the new challenge.
felt gross. You ever stepped on a bug like a
Meaty bug, like a
meaty
squish
bug? Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that crunch and then a squish.
Yeah.
That's what I did. It's
gross.
It made like a
Has anyone ever squished a bug and then took a picture of it and sent it to you?
no. Why?
I wonder that too. My girlfriend did that to me once.
What?
What kind of bug was it?
It was a
No, you
cockroach.
can't say girlfriend anymore.
Oh shit. Yeah, my fiance.
Yeah.
I say girlfriend. Hey! I said, hey, congratulations.
I already fucked up the first time in a public setting. I fucked it
yeah,
up.
yeah, fucked it up.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, she did that, and I was like, "Why did you send this to me?"
so
She
in
was
the
probably proud that she killed it.
Let me tell you something.
That's what she told
piece
me,
of
yeah.
advice.
I didn't need proof.
Piece of advice. We're going through two scenarios here. Tell me that's the thing you said about just saying the picture, but do it once as girlfriend and once as fiance, and I'll react. Do the first as girlfriend.
My girlfriend sent me a picture of a cockroach she stepped on.
What kind of bug was it? That's so gross. Now tell me the other one.
My fiance sent me a photo of a bug she stepped on.
When are you guys getting married? That
Oh,
is
great.
literally when people hear the word fiance, they literally will ask next, no matter what they hear.
I don't think I've ever asked that.
When are you getting married? You'll hear it nonstop now that you're engaged.
we got to get Stretcher
Say-
the Clown on speed dial. Oh, we can have another bachelor party.
Just say pre-wife.
Pre-wife.
Pre-what?
Bethany was slacking me congratulations today, and she said,
Like current fiance.
honestly, I forget you guys aren't married sometimes already. I was like,
Why is her name on Slack Bethany? And that's it.
I was wondering that because
Does
I
she
noticed
think
that
she's
today too.
too good for us
What
to
if
put
we
her
get
second
another
name?
Bethany? Then
She's
we
like
need to
Prince.
figure it out.
Everyone else is first name and last name.
Yeah, she's the
There's
only one
a
who's
rule.
Bethany.
You got to follow the rules.
There is a
That's
rule.
true.
Bethany.
Calling you out.
Let me see this. What are you talking about?
She's Bethany, and then she has like a little bee icon.
Did she legally change her last name to Bumblebee?
Or just
That'd be
be
awesome.
I don't get Slack, dude. I still don't get it. I just loaded. I got like 5 messages from people.
What's
You're the
not to get?
problem.
Hey, you remember like AIM and ICQ?
I remember AIM really well.
I couldn't fall asleep for
It's like
I
that.
woke up in the middle of the night at one point. And I was having trouble falling asleep last night, and the reason I was having trouble falling asleep is I kept thinking about AOL Instant Messenger, and I have no
wrong
idea
with
why.
you?
Like,
You are such a
What does that mean?
like I could picture
Your away
the
status.
friends list and like
Yeah.
going down and seeing like all the different names, like all the different people, like so and so was this,
Yeah.
so and so was this, and then thinking about the boom, boom, boom,
Oh, yeah.
And you had the
Ka-chunk.
yeah,
doors and that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
posted it.
have all of our AIM logs.
I used one
Oh, yeah.
in my video I just put up.
Would you put up for what?
Because I was talking to you about the giant balloon and you were telling me I'd break the camera and I just used a little screenshot from it in the
Oh, really?
10 things you didn't know about slow-mo guys.
What was my AIM name?
I blurred it out.
Oh,
It
do you
just says-
remember? Was it T&I Burnie? Or
No, it was.
It was
Do
like
you want me to say it?
I don't care. I'm not
like
getting back at AIM.
bun-
Sure.
It was Rooster Burnie.
yeah,
Rooster
that's what
Burnie.
it was.
It
Gus
was one of your later ones.
Can I say yours?
Yeah.
Sure.
I wish this was ICQ.
I was an ICQ holdout. I did not want to go over to AOL Instant Messenger.
Don't make me.
So when Bernie and Jeff finally convinced me to go to AOL Instant Messenger, I made my username. I wish this was ICQ.
God, Jeff's usernames were the best.
Wasn't it delicious boner?
Yeah, you get you'd be sitting there on your phone, it would be like, oh, a message from Delicious Boner.
Everyone else on my friends list, I like put their real names, but Jeff's was so good, I left it Delicious Boner. I have the log from when you aimed me from before I worked here, where like you're like, next time you like message Gus, put everything in quotes.
Oh, that's
when
a
you're
great
doing
one.
that prank. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that saved.
That works so well.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have the follow up of like 5 minutes later messaging Gus about like RTX or something. I put everything.
That was really confusing. Yeah.
So glad we did that. And we didn't even know it worked.
I didn't think
Till
it was
months
gonna
later.
get you.
We didn't know that it actually worked on you.
I wish that we had video podcasts for that.
God,
Yeah. Man, like
Didn't I like
hearing
break
it,
the mixer? Like I pulled
Well, yeah,
some
because your
shit out.
headphone
slamming the
cable
table.
was under one of the sliders on the mixer, so you stood up and it pinged off and flew across the room.
Should we explain for people who haven't heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
aren't true Rooster Teeth fans, you mean?
yeah, it's an RTA. You can look it up. We pulled a prank on Gus. The three of us, Gavin, Jordan, and I, where we were all communicating over AIM back in those days. And so I said to them, I said, hey, really simple prank. Just whenever you message Gus from now on for like the next week, put everything you say in quotes, like a quote at the beginning, a quote at the end. That's it. Just that simple. And we all did it. I was talking to you about inane shit.
It was hard. Yeah, it was hard for me because I never aimed Gus.
I had to think of something.
So I'd be like, hey, notice you shaved the beard off, something like that, like just like weird conversational crap. And I thought you'd find it suspicious that I was just talking to you. But you're like, yeah, thanks.
I'm just a chatty guy.
But nothing came of it. So after a couple of days, we're like, well, forget it.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned it on a podcast, I think like a week
He
later.
lost his mind.
And then, Gus lost his mind because he
I've been
he was
Googling
suffering
for
in
so
silence.
long. I was looking up so many things. I kept
But
looking
it was
at the
only
settings.
coming from us. So
Yeah.
why don't you just think it was us? Surely all the other people you messaged didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was just since it was happening with several different people, it wasn't just one
How did
user.
you come up with that? That's such a
I
bizarre.
know, because I know Gus so well, and it's little shit that
little
would
thing
bug
that
him.
would drive
It just didn't make sense.
Yeah, that you put stuff in quotes, and I knew it would bug him if he saw it.
Those are my favorite pranks, just like innocent pranks that don't involve, getting a breaking the law and stuff.
Yeah, or canceling a Fox
Getting beat
television
up.
show.
Yeah.
It was the smallest prank. I was explaining to you. You were just talking about falling asleep. I have an ability to fall asleep that I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
You brag about this, but you've never proven it.
I have too.
He's proven it to me.
It's you. You said go to sleep in the sound closet, and I went to sleep.
Go to sleep right
I feel
now.
like it took
I
you
don't
like
want to do
15
that.
minutes.
Do you want me to? I will go do it.
I feel like we should.
Let's have a sleep race.
With who and who?
You and me.
Can you fall asleep for a
Oh,
little
I can
bit?
fall asleep real fast.
Okay. There's a person who
Unless
can
you're
fall
thinking
asleep.
about AOL Instant
I woke up at
Messenger.
4:30 in the morning. Okay, and I thought,
how do we prove that you're asleep?
See, that's the thing.
Is there like you can get like those
Heart rate.
apnea monitors, right? That measure like your heart rate and your brain waves and stuff.
Yeah,
Do you have a watch that does that?
Do you flip right into the business as soon as your eyes fall asleep?
Flip right into the business.
Pretty quick.
See, surely it's too bright to fall asleep here.
No, it's fine. Do you ever, Gus, try to think like as you're falling asleep, like you try to catch the moment, like you try to think right up until the moment and then catch it? Of course, then when you do that, you don't fall asleep.
Then you come back out of it and you're like, oh, that was it.
Yeah.
The dream was starting right
I
there.
have done that. It's like, especially when I'm trying to fall asleep. It's like, oh, it was so close just then.
Yeah.
And then, fuck. I should have just let that happen.
Have I ever said this? That sleep is the only thing that makes me think that makes me doubt evolution. Because it seems like
we need to
No, but
Yes.
it's also good. You don't see so well at night, so it like shuts you down.
Yeah.
It keeps you out of danger.
all
now
something
we
has to
do.
do is come along that doesn't need to sleep, and by the way, can also see well at night, and it fucking would dominate everything else.
Like an ant.
Everything like an ant. There you go.
They don't sleep.
How do you know?
I don't think they sleep.
No, you said you went from knowing to not thinking they sleep.
Does an ant have a kip? Or is
I
it
don't
that
know.
they don't get drunk? It's something weird with ants.
I think they go into like low power mode. You ever do that where you step on an ant hill and there's a bunch of ants around and then they all fucking freak out and start like
Because you woke him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Woke 'em up.
if you were awake and someone stepped on you, you'd freak out. It doesn't mean you were asleep.
Okay, so
Yeah, idiot.
Good
yes,
point.
ants sleep, but not in the sense we understand sleep.
Well then no.
Research
they don't
conducted by James or whatever.
They do something else.
They showed that
do ant
ants
sleep.
have a cyclical pattern of resting periods, which each nest as a group observes, lasting around 8 minutes in any 12-hour period.
It's like their moment of silence.
So what do they do? They just slow down?
Every 12 hours, the entire nest sleeps for 8 minutes.
That's an efficient animal right there.
and that's when we strike.
Do they move the clocks forward and back?
No, they're smarter than us.
That's when we kidnap the queen. Yeah, I wish I
You
could
need
sleep.
Nicolas Cage saying that.
Could you imagine if you only needed to sleep 16 minutes in a day?
That'd be wicked.
Oh man, that'd be
You
so
love
nice.
it. And you woke up and you were fine. You're perfectly
Oh
fine.
god, that'd be so good.
I find the weird thing about sleep to me is I like naps. I think naps are top. I like them.
I can't do it.
You can't do a nap? I find it
I feel worse
weird
after
that
naps.
if I fall asleep, and I don't know what it is, I've lived my whole life with my own body, and I don't know what the time period is, but there's a time at which I get not enough sleep, and then
Way too much sleep.
way too much sleep.
There's no such thing.
But like in the course
There
of like 20 to 40 minutes, like that 20 to 40 minute window is just like I can make myself weird by waking up at that point in time. And everything's just odd and I'm just it's not worth it in any way whatsoever. But I can sleep 10 minutes, totally fine. No big deal.
What was the point in 10 minutes, though?
I don't know. I'm bored and I just gotta pass some time.
By sleeping.
You just time travel to the future.
That's right.
I close my eyes
Do
and
you
I wake
sleep
up 10
on your
minutes.
bus?
Yeah, I've taken a nap on the couch in there. I don't sleep on the bed. I feel like that's weird at work.
Well, having
know.
a bus
What?
at work is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's true.
The fact there's a bed in it, isn't that weird?
Yeah, I have the old podcast couch, and I if I'm like sitting there and I have like 30 minutes
that's
to my
covered in farts, dude.
how long? What's the half life on a fart?
I think
But-
4 hours.
There you go. Couches.
That couch has other problems.
All those. What's going on the couch? Should I know something? But if I have
seems like
like
a
30
gross
minutes
man.
till a
Did you
meeting,
shag on the couch?
I'll do 15-minute
Oh, I
nap.
thought you said shat. Yes, I did shat on the couch.
Should never sleep in a hotel bed.
What
There's
do you
probably hundreds of people that have fucked in every hotel bed you've ever been in.
Yeah, but
Have you ever-
they changed the sheets. It's fine.
there's,
As long as it doesn't smell like sex.
there's always terrible stories. Remember we talked about this years ago on the podcast, I think, where
Was it Lost?
yeah, it was Lost. It was during one of the Lost podcasts, I think, where there was a hotel that found someone dead under the mattress.
What?
Isn't that a Robert Rodriguez?
It was like in 4 rooms.
Yeah.
It was that scenario happened where they found a dead body under the mattress.
In the mattress or under it?
Maybe it was in.
It would have to be like they hollowed it out.
Yeah,
put
and that it had been
gonna
there
say, it'd be
for a
pretty
couple of
noticeable.
weeks, and that guests had stayed in that room, and they found it because people were complaining about the smell.
I remember this now.
So they were
It's
just-
equally
They
as
weren't
horrifying.
complaining about how uncomfortable it was.
I think it was
Be
like
sleeping on a dead person.
carved out or something. Yeah, that's awful.
Mm.
But the dirtiest thing, the thing I always freak out about a lot of things in a hotel, but
poop on the bathroom floor.
it's the remote.
The remote, yeah.
Why?
I don't want to touch the remote.
They don't clean that.
Who the fuck uses the TV?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever touched the TV remote in a hotel.
Someone stuck that up their ass. I guarantee you that
What?
remote has been up a butthole.
Oh, that. I thought it'd be like semen on it or something.
That too.
Anybody else ever had that thought in a hotel?
You see that video
Some of
this
them are
week of that
white.
dude eating a foot?
Oh no!
People will do anything.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I knew this would come
I would say, Gus, don't record
Cue it,
people
Eric.
in private moments, but they were very
They
much
were
in traffic.
In traffic. Yeah, they were in the street in
Not
a
a
car.
private moment.
It was significant. It was a significant
The guy was
footing.
the guy was deep throating that
It
foot.
was
My favorite
fucking
part is
interesting.
just like the lady. She's just on her phone. Like
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, right? She's like
casual. She's
so
just like-
disinterested.
To me, the interesting part about it is when they realized that someone was watching them like do a foot deep throating in another. It's in a car, and then someone's filming from the next car over. They look at them like, oh, "How dare you!" Like, and then they pull away, and it was just like,
no, they look sufficiently guilty. The guy looks like he's eating a sandwich at first.
Is that his foot?
no, it's her foot.
No, and she's just like checking Facebook.
Gavin is watching the video right
Also,
now.
like
I didn't like it.
that was my reaction, and then it was Gus and Eric who said it to me, and then they just kept talking about it. So I had to come back around to where it was funny. I guess I don't know.
Was there audio on
Just
it?
tolerate.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is.
Is it like?
No, you
No,
can't
you
hear
don't
the,
hear-
you just hear the person in the filming car going, "Bro, what you doing?"
Yeah, bro.
Is
what
it weird?
you doing?
Is it weird that I am not into feet
I don't get it.
and I'm also not out of feet? Like people,
Are you foot adjacent?
I'm just like foot. I'm
tolerable?
foot centric. I'm a centrist.
Okay.
I don't
A
give a
foot
shit about
moderate.
feet
Yeah.
one way or the other. It's like you either love feet and you want to jam them down your throat like that guy, or feet are the worst thing in the world. To me, I don't give a shit.
I'm repulsed.
I don't care about feet at
I
all.
find that repulsive.
I find that interesting. Like I want to know, like, what does that guy get out of it? Right?
Well, I can tell you what she gets out of it. Whole lot of nothing.
Tree fitting.
Do you think
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
is he rocking a giant boner doing that? Do you think?
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
But it
Eric says
Like,
absolutely.
it's just sexual.
I was, and I'm going to do this here, and it's going to upset him. But I was in a press thing or an interview with Gus and Jeff, and I'm sitting like this, and I grab my shoe like this,
That's
Oh,
disgusting.
yeah.
and they both fucking flipped their lid about it.
Have you pissed here?
Yeah.
There's piss on your hand now.
yeah.
Now, Gavin, what's wrong with you?
There's urine.
What's wrong with you? He's touching piss. He's touching his piss foot. What's wrong with you, Gavin?
touching your own shoe is like freaks you out?
The bottom?
Yeah, I like barely like touching the laces.
Yeah. If the lace of your shoe touches the bathroom floor, are you done?
Touching
You don't,
it,
you
yeah.
don't like
Doesn't matter.
touching
It
laces?
doesn't need to.
You
You're
don't
splashing piss
You don't like
all over
touching
your
laces,
shoes.
huh?
You have more piss on your shoes than anyone else's piss.
Look at that.
Get some grandpa shoes.
Look at this.
What do you? How dare you? I'm
No
not splashing
laces.
piss.
I used to have the Converse,
don't
the
worry about
elastic
it.
ones.
They're also made out of wool, so any liquid that gets on there is.
It's right through.
Yeah.
Get your shoe up on the table, and then you're gonna put stuff on the table.
Yeah, but he's not going to eat food that's directly
we
touching
don't
the
eat
table.
off this table. This is like a drinks table.
You guys all have nice shoes. We all have nice shoes.
What do you have?
Gus has weird
Oh.
shoes.
I like Gus's shoes. They're Allbirds.
They are. Give me money.
I'm gonna get some.
You look like you're in a retirement home. In those
Yeah, they
shoes.
look pretty old.
I'm not gonna get those
Yeah.
ones.
They're pretty cool.
You can't dab and wear those shoes.
Do you have to use like one of those claws on the end of an arm to pull them on because you can't bend over all the way?
Oh, dude, we got one of those in that Amazon box. It was the
really?
sock holster or whatever the fuck it was
Oh,
called.
fuck
really?
was that?
Like the one that like sets up your sock and you just
You
slip
just put your foot in? Yeah.
Is that
I've
different
seen
to a
commercials for
shoehorn?
those. Yes.
Yeah, he was thinking of shoehorn.
Yeah, it's like
He is
a,
thinking
like a
shoehorn.
claw on the end of a.
But,
no, claw.
but a shoehorn doesn't have a claw. It's
yeah,
just
like a little grippy, like a grip, like it's
No.
Like a
I
shark?
don't know what he's talking
yeah,
about.
like a sharky
I
thing.
thought a shoehorn was just like a curved piece of wood that you just jam in the back of
Right,
your shoe.
that's just slide into your shoe.
But there's no claw.
So what's the cloth?
I didn't say shoehorn. I'm the person who's not saying shoehorn. I'm saying the claw on the end of the
So
stick.
explain what you're talking.
It's
How
like
does
a
the claw
fucking
work?
handle, and you squeeze it, and it goes
Shoe claw.
claw. That's
Yeah.
it.
How does that help you put your shoe on?
You grab the back of the shoe and pull it on.
How much is one of those?
I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna dignify that with a. There you go.
That?
What is
There you
that?
go.
It's a litter picker.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's for picking up garbage.
Old people use us all
Like
the
your
time to
shoes.
pick up
People
stuff.
use that to. What is that?
It looks,
Someone put that on screen.
it looks
The
like
answer from
half
Eric
a-
was, I don't know.
Eric, you're old. What is it?
How dare you?
How old is Eric? Like 40?
What does it say?
How old are you?
Shoehorn.
Yeah.
That's not a shoehorn, though.
That's not a shoehorn.
It is that one's got a shoehorn on the end. That's a multifunction. That's
It's a shoehorn with a
with a
wrecking
claw-
ball. What's
Is
the,
that the
what's the other
claw?
bit?
That's
What's
that
the
it?
claw? What does it
to
do?
grab the shoe.
Okay, so
Okay,
if
stop.
I'm using a shoe,
Stop. You're an old person. You can't bend over.
Right.
You need to pick up the shoe to put it in place to put your foot in it.
no, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You got a stick. You just push it, pull it out, shove it in the back, and then you just put your
You're
foot
right.
in.
He's right. Y'all use a shoehorn. What do you need that shit for?
Because you got to grab things sometimes. Look at that.
You don't need to do that.
Nope, you don't.
That's just gimmick.
You're holding it still.
I'm with them.
You know
I'm with
how
them.
when you play pool,
you don't.
you
it's
could
a
just
shoehorn
hit.
with something unnecessary.
You know what? You
on
guys are not, no matter how old you get, you're not allowed to buy one of those because you made fun of it.
Can
so
we
now you
see
can't
a
use it.
side by side with a shoehorn? Like,
It's
Just take off the black bit. That's what a shoehorn
Sorry,
is.
I'm
wow.
with them. I'm on
really?
their side.
Okay.
By the way, why do they have handheld shoehorns? It seems like the long pole.
You want a foot shoehorn?
It's like, I think if you're sitting down,
yeah, but that
Yeah.
you don't
I
have
don't
to reach
know.
as far.
If I'm sitting down, I just no. Okay, so help me out here on the grossness. If I'm putting on my shoes,
Gross.
right? I had to touch my shoes.
The fuck's wrong
And
with
I
you?
put them on my feet. And then do you do the thing with your finger in the back with the heel where you like
Yes.
basically shoehorn with the heel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
just go
not
to town
doesn't
on
ruin
that.
your day.
You're not touching the bottom of the fucking shoe.
It's the bottom of the shoe. If you touch the ground, are you all freaked out by that?
I don't like
bottom-
touching the ground.
The bottom and the top of the shoe is gross.
What's the
If you
one?
dropped
This is gross.
food on this thing, like a Malteser, if you dropped one of those and it landed there, would you eat it?
no.
It's a delicious candy.
Hell no.
It's delicious candy.
Absolutely not.
I was taking an ibuprofen earlier and I dropped it on the floor and decided
doesn't help us.
I didn't need that. What?
Now that's just showing me the handheld one. That's just like that's a waste of plastic.
The one on the left?
The
on
one
the
on the right.
The one on the right looks like
right-
it's metal.
What's the one thing you won't
Whatever.
find? Gus?
It's a waste of materials.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Splitting hairs. You ever
Hey,
use a
speaking,
shoehorn?
of, speaking of splitting hairs, I
finger's
want to
a
remind everyone
shoehorn.
this episode of Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by Hims. A lot of people think hair loss starts when you're middle age. That's not the case.
Can't believe I set that segue up like
66%
that.
of men lose their hair by age 35. You may have noticed your hair isn't as full, and you're not alone. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Go to forhims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. They provide you with well-known, generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. These are prescription solutions backed by science. Just go to forhims.com, answer a few quick questions, and a doctor will review and can prescribe you what you need. Products are shipped directly to your door, so you don't have to make a trip to the doctor's office. Their products cover all bases. You can order now. Our viewers and listeners get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. You can see the website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/rooster. That's forhims.com/rooster, forhims.com/rooster. Thank you, Hims, for sponsoring this episode of the Tree Fitty podcast. We're out of beer. I feel like that never happens.
I had a beer. I normally don't, but I had a beer.
Do you have any more beer? Is the beer gone?
I shouldn't do it.
Let's keep drinking.
They never get me an IPA, even though I asked nicely. Yeah, I asked nicely.
Did you see that?
What's
Was
your
that
favorite IPA?
archaeologists in Egypt unearthed 3,000-year-old cheese?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
How do they know it's cheese?
They had to run tests on it to figure out what it is.
Do you know what it looked
But
like?
It looks kind of gross.
Well, it looked like Skyrim cheese. What's the
Looked like
cheese?
the mammoth cheese?
The mammoth cheese. That's what it looked like. It did. It looked just like that to me. But kind of
what
like
cheese
more
test
petrified.
can you perform?
They list what it is here.
They know the-
I don't remember.
The chemical makeup
Hey,
of,
there's
of
more beer.
cheese.
Bring it on.
Yeah. Thanks, Christian.
They analyzed it via a process called
Yeah, look at
liquid
that. They look like
chromatography
mammoth
and
cheese?
mass spectrometry.
Did they try and grate any?
They said that it's filled with disease.
How does disease
The
live that
best
long?
cheeses are. What they made that up because they want to eat all the cheese themselves.
I bet that
They
you
gotta
said
name
it's
the
contaminated with a
disease.
bacteria called Brucella
It's just life cultures.
melitensis and cause potentially deadly disease brucellosis.
They're making all that shit
Yeah.
up. They got
That's
some sweet
delicious.
3,000-year-old
They're hogging
cheese.
that cheese for themselves.
I think there's like a change.org petition to eat the cheese.
Would you do it?
Sounds like something.
No.
Really?
3,300-year-old cheese. They lost this cheese for a while, by the way. I guess like they found the tomb that it was buried in the late 1800s, but the sand shifted and covered it back up, and it only like recently came on Earth again, like 100 years later.
What the fuck?
It's crazy to me how little we know
About cheese.
about just like if you go down like 2 feet into the earth, that we're done. We don't know most of the planet. Like we photographed, I feel like the planet itself, but we say it just seems
don't
like
know about the
there
ocean.
should be a device. It's 2018. I should have a device that I can point at a mountain and it goes, this part's all gold, this part's all copper, you know, and we just know that.
Like when Minecraft doesn't load properly, and you
Right.
see all the ore.
You can
floating.
see through some of the blocks. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do you know what's under your house?
No, I don't. I don't.
Spiders, apparently. They keep coming into my house.
I mean, I guess it's a whole lot of nothing, and it's dense. I just feel like it's 2018. We should have that device, whatever that is. Just like a
just feel
gun.
like-
I got a gun. I can point a gun, and I point it at stuff, and it tells me how hot it is from like across the room.
Why do you have that?
Totally the same thing.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
Same thing.
Why do you own that?
School. Do you want to know why? It's actually, oh God, it's so embarrassing. It's actually a really stupid reason.
Is it for meat?
Was your AC broken?
I'm going to say yes, because meat is a way better way to say it. It's better. Gus will know why I got
meat?
it. Why'd I get it, Gus?
Grilling?
Nope.
No, what? Why?
I think I got it the same reason you got one.
Was it coffee?
Yeah. I was
There's
making-
no. That is the last thing I would have
you
guessed for you.
nerds.
I went to a nerdy like
Fucking old.
what's the Skrillex? What's it called?
The
What's the thing?
Skrillex? The Chemex?
Chemex. That's it. That's it. The Chemex. The little flask.
Chemex.
The little flask with the
Yeah.
bulbous part. Yeah.
This is the generation that went to Hooters.
Yeah. It's us. Make Hooters great
I like
again.
boobs. What can I say?
I'm still
I
holding
like
out for the
talking
lady
to
who will
people.
talk to me about my problems.
So it works on liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work on just about anything.
Why not just
Does
dip
it double
it in
as a
Works
the-
on
thermometer?
works on the cat.
Can you-
the best part?
Can you use
You
it
like
as-
take the cat's
You know what the hottest
temperature?
part of a cat is?
You could test its butthole without ever having to touch it ever again.
It backed onto me. The hottest part of a cat from the like infrared cameras is their eyeballs
Really?
and ears.
Fine. Hottest part of a cat. It's gonna tell me the
So
feet.
you can use it on like meat.
Oh, I
and
guess
stuff,
I
too,
wasn't
to make
pointing
sure
at the
it's
cat
good?
feet.
And it's just a gun. You don't have to.
It's like a little laser.
You don't gotta
That's
stick it.
That's it, dude. And it works. It's like great.
Please answer this question genuinely. How much did that cost?
$30, maybe?
Yeah, it's real. They're real cheap.
$25, $30. They also have the tape measures. Do the same thing. Hit the button. It tells you how far away something is.
Ooh.
I can't wait to do it like we're tells you how much stuff weighs.
Tape measure.
Well, now it's just a measure.
It's just a measure. A
Laser measure.
You go blink.
Oh, jinx.
What would be the best thing to be able to detect at a distance?
Huh?
Money.
Aliens.
What if you could detect all the coins that were on the ground
Isn't that
around
the same
you?
as
and,
asking what's the best thing to detect? Period.
Well, some stuff you detect, like, is there acid in this? I could just drop some universal indicator in it, but I had to interact with it. I can't tell at a distance if the liquid is acidic.
Right. How about if somebody's mad? I want to know that.
Yeah, I think it'd be emotion.
Right.
Like,
What's your
yeah.
emotional level? Right.
Like, if you're storming towards me, I want to know in advance whether I should turn the other way.
Yeah.
How
Or
mad Burnie is.
deviate
or
my path.
what he's mad about. Was it Gavin's
Or
fault?
somebody's gonna hit you. You hit him first.
I feel like the maddest I've seen you wasn't my fault. So
What I get mad about? Oh, Jack's thing when he lost the.
you're mad
Xbox?
about that? You mad in the airport once?
Ooh.
Man, I got mad.
Construction?
And I didn't tweet about it. So go figure. No, I was on we went to Tokyo. Is this a Tokyo thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Tokyo for Laser Team premiere in Tokyo. And
Where was it?
it was Tokyo.
Okay.
It was Japan. And it was weird because I was at a film festival. So we were like a foreign film at a film festival. So the audience was like super serious and asking us all these like super in-depth questions. It was really amazing. But I brought my son JD with me, but his mom was like, we couldn't figure out if we could pull him out of school. In Texas, I assume it's other places as well. If you pull a kid out of school, they flip the fuck out. It's like, hey, I'm taking my kid. I used to be like, I'm taking him to NASA to help troubleshoot mission control. He's going to learn all about engineering in 1 week. They'd be like, you can't have him in school.
Well, the school district loses money.
Yeah, well, so what? Take the fucking hit.
Yeah,
so
but
my kid
that-
can be an astronaut.
How much money?
They don't care about what the kid's doing. They just care about the money that they're getting.
That's horrible for an educational institution.
we
I
pay
agree, but
taxes,
that's it.
so-
They just want the money.
You pay your taxes, you can take your kid out of school?
No, they'll send you a letter say like literally the second day.
I thought you said no, you don't pay your taxes.
No, I definitely pay my taxes.
Almost got him.
They my taxes were a lot last year.
Brag about it.
Nobody?
Not going to work.
But the second day the kid is out of school, they send you a fucking letter, which is it's a form letter, but it's essentially like if your kid misses any more school or misses a certain amount of days, we'll take your child away from you.
What?
Really? That's like
Do they have
that's the
truancy
first letter they
officers
send
here?
you. I'm gonna bring one of these letters in, and I've been like dropping my kids off at school, and there's a fucking parent in the principal's office with holding a letter, screaming at them. It's like, you know, you see him calm down, and I know because I marched into that same office with a fucking letter. I'm fuck off. Anyway,
So the school is going to take him, or they're going to be like given to
no, it's
social
the
services?
state, yeah.
No, they put them on
Child
eBay.
Protective Services.
They find someone willing to pay for the kid.
So so I finally convinced his mom, JD's mom, to let him come out of school for a few days and come over to Japan with us. But then I had to book him separately on an international
Ooh.
flight, and that was a huge problem. And on the way back, they like delayed or overbooked one of our tickets.
Oh,
So they were just going to split us up and put us on two different flights. I was like, I'm not going to leave my kid in another country for a few hours. I'm just not going to do that. You understand? I'm not going to fucking do that. So anyway, it was a frustrating experience with a certain airline that I won't name because I don't need help with my customer service situations.
It was the
I can
Hooters
handle them
airline.
on my own.
It was
the
Hooters
Hooters.
airline.
It was the
it was,
Hooters.
it was the nonstop Austin to Tokyo flight on Hooters Air.
That's where they made most of their money.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not mad about it anymore. I got to talk to somebody about all my problems.
All you got to do is you miss the flight. You just don't get on the earlier flight.
10
and
hours.
Stay,
I was totally prepared to do that.
yeah, stay on the later one.
Yeah.
I was totally prepared to do that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
My solution was way worse, by the way.
Was it screaming?
We both got upgraded to business class, which was all cool. Which I, by the way,
that
had
expensive?
never, ever in my life flown, and still haven't since then, flown business class international. My fucking kid, sorry, call my fucking kid. His
fucking
first international trip, he flies business class. Little jackass.
But here's the thing. Every time, I assume, sorry, this is some like airline shit. You've been executive platinum like the whole time for ages, right?
Yeah.
So you get system-wide upgrades, which means you get a free upgrade.
Yeah, I didn't know about how this works. I didn't pay attention.
You've just been wasting them.
I didn't pay attention to that.
That means that you've been in economy 4 times per year when you could have been in business for free.
Sure, I guess. But the really tough thing was they upgraded.
doesn't wanna talk about
they
it.
upgraded him first, and I still didn't have my ticket on this plane because of the overbooking thing. And so I was like, just put him in business class. We'll upgrade his, and then give me his seat in coach. I said, we'll just be done with this.
Unless
And
the seat
then
was
they
the
go on hold. They're
overbooked seat.
checking all this stuff. And then I said, so if we get one seat in business class, I said, unfortunately, JD, we were not gonna be able to sit together. He's 14. It wasn't like he was super young, but I was just like, we won't be able to sit together. So, I'll take the business class seat and you can sit and coach. He goes, why do you get the business class seat? I was like, fucking excuse me? He goes, well, they said it was my ticket that was getting upgraded. I'm like, I'm not fucking joking.
There's another
Never
solution
mind, we
to
only
this
need one
problem.
seat.
Yeah. Hope you brushed up on your Japanese while you were here.
Got choked out.
Yeah.
So I had a really funny thing happen last night. I'm still playing Sea of Thieves.
You must be stopped.
I like Sea of Thieves.
Gavin's not a fan.
I like the game. My sticker keeps messing with me. I'm gonna move it up. I went to Rudy's for lunch today. I got my clean hand sticker.
Who'd you go with? What was my invite?
Oh, did you want to go?
Which
I
one
went
did you go
with
to?
Ashley and my friend who was in town. My friend who's a much better sleeper than I am, Zach King
I like Rudy's.
of Vine fame, now YouTube and Instagram. He does those magic vines. Jordan, do you know this guy? You know him. Trust me, you would know it if you saw one of his videos.
You've seen it, I guarantee you.
Definitely
He
seen
was
one
on
of
the
his
same
videos.
season of The Amazing Race?
He was.
Yeah.
As me. And that's how I knew, like, if we were on a train going somewhere, like a subway train, going 2 stops, and we was 5 minutes on the train, he would do this move where he would take his strings on his hoodie, he'd pull it, make his hoodie go down to nothing, and then he would just instantly fall asleep. He could sleep like 5 minutes at a time. It's
a gift.
It was a gift. It's a gift. It's a superpower. Anyway, he was in town. So we were hanging out and doing some stuff, and then
Did you go to
we
the
went out
new Rudy's?
We had to take him to barbecue. So, if he's in town, we had to go to
There's a
barbecue.
new one on like Lamar and stuff. Did you go to that?
That's the one we went to.
Do you know when
That one's not as good.
Shut your fucking face. This is him.
When
I'm watching to make sure I've seen this before. I haven't. Whoa! Magic.
He does lots of stuff with perspective.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and you'll find on a rabbit hole of watching his stuff.
I'm doing it right now. The fuck? That's not real.
Good call. Good call. But
You know when he was last here? It was a significant day.
he was here once before. What was he here? Come hang out.
He
for?
was here the day we shot the very first $1 Million Butt roundtable.
Oh, was that? Was that what the day was? Was right. We shot it right here, right?
I remember because I was in the middle of shooting with Dan, and you were like, "Come shoot this thing," and then I came here, and then you were gone for an hour because you were at lunch with him.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just sat with my thumb in my ass for an hour. But that was
you could put
Burnie
your thumb
left
other
it
places,
alone.
you know.
Yeah,
weird.
I do remember that. That was shitty of me to do that.
and it was really nice and sunny, and I was like, "Man, I could be shooting right now."
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Sorry. That was shitty.
I'm not gonna ask for an apology or anything, but do you remember the time you went to VidCon and you had me
Oh man, I could hit you with the mic.
run the booth, and you kind of just I was like, yeah, okay, cool, go ahead and run that, and I was like, okay, how do I break everything down and send it back? I don't know, bye, and then you left.
No, I don't remember this at
A,
all.
I didn't know that. And B, why do we have a booth at VidCon?
Yeah,
That's probably it.
yeah, we made $0. It was not a great.
I think it was like the first time we went to VidCon. We
Yeah.
didn't know how it worked.
Yeah,
Well,
everybody,
we didn't set up the booth.
Yeah, it was set up when I got there, and then
Yeah.
I employed like 2 of my friends, and then luckily Katie, Jack's now wife, was stopping over in LA on her way to RTX, and she had some familiarity with doing booths for Hanabi and stuff, so she kind of knew how it worked.
It was the old podcast set.
It was,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was when we were still using that as a booth.
I had to call Gus and be like, "Do I have all these forms filled out correctly?" We were the last people to leave.
I remember that. Yeah, to help
Yeah.
you with the forms. Yeah.
I didn't remember this at
and
all.
then
And I was just like, I was like, "Oh, sure, surely Burnie will explain to me how it works."
and then
that was my
I
first.
don't
and then
fucking know.
something got fucked up, and the shipment got lost. It got misdirected.
Yep, because it was supposed to go to San Diego for Comic-Con.
Right.
next. Yeah.
And it was obviously not far.
Nope.
It didn't make it there.
It did not.
So what did we used to do when the set was gone? What
So
did
yeah,
we do here?
thanks.
Jordan, you've
I think we
never brought
pre-taped.
this up before or since. Whoever set up the booth is the person who takes it away. That's what happens. I didn't set up the booth. Did you set up the booth? Who's the magical person who set up the booth?
I might have. I don't remember because
his
the
defense,
ordeal was
You
taking
took
it
the
down and
podcast-
shipping it.
You took the podcast set out of those massive
I did not.
Raiders of the
I
Lost
definitely
Ark
did not.
boxes. And
It was
then,
set up when I got there.
Right. So who did that?
Who did you pay to do it?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
I didn't even get paid.
You
for
probably
that.
had on-site
Labor.
labor paid to do that.
Yeah, but how do they know the layout? And-
Labor
There's
did it.
with that set inside the big door. If you open the door, there was a packet, an envelope with instructions on how to put it
God.
together and take
It wasn't
it.
hard. It wasn't hard.
In your defense, though,
It wasn't,
you-
it wasn't hard for you. Apart.
Like I put it together twice. at
You'd been
least.
dealing with me and like kicking me into elevators because I was so hammered. That was probably why you didn't want to.
VidCon is
That was
intense,
that was
dude.
also the VidCon where you showed up, like the second day, and you were like, "I'm still drunk from last night." It was like
Look.
2 p.m.
It was a bad night.
Yeah.
Bad night.
Yeah, the little voice telling him to stop.
Yep,
Lost.
did not work.
It's just, you don't never go to a party with open bar because it's not you. It's other people will just shove drinks in your hand.
Yeah.
And you just don't put them down. I don't even like it. Disgusting.
So let me ask you a question. So we're going. A friend of ours we used to work with, Jen Hassan, she's been accepted to a very prestigious art school, Ivy League. So she's leaving to go to it. She's leaving Austin. She hasn't worked with us for a long time. You might have seen her in videos from the old
She's super
studio.
cool.
She's awesome. She's a very accomplished artist. Like she was super accomplished, like sitting in
Yeah,
like she was Kara and then her, right? Kara had
Yeah.
the office coordinator position and then Jen had it after her. Anyway, she's leaving town, so I organized drinks. And I said, let's do this drinks thing. Do I have to pay for these drinks? That's what I'm getting at here.
Yes.
If I invite
if
other
you organized
people,
it and invited other people, I think the expectation
No,
is
no,
on you.
I don't think
You have to buy at least one drink for everyone.
well, how does that work?
Hey, I want to buy a
Still keep
round.
track.
So wait, it's
Have you
just
ever
like-
bought a
You
fucking
also-
drink
you were
for
also
people?
telling me about
You
this.
think this group's gonna show up at the same fucking time?
You do it in the middle of the stay. You wait. You don't do it right at the top.
Yeah.
You wait a bit. Oh,
I don't
buying
think you're
drinks on me,
responsible
yeah.
for any of that financially.
I feel like I am.
You should at least buy Jen's.
I feel like I am.
If Gavin thinks you're not responsible, you're definitely
Ivy Leaguer,
responsible.
man. You pay for our stuff. What are you
So wait,
talking
if I organize a get together, I'm paying for all the drinks?
First of all, Gavin, in what world are you organizing a get together?
That's why I'm very surprised by this. And it's probably-
That's why he sounded so shocked when he said it.
What would that take? What would that take for Gavin?
About 350.
Have you
wedding.
organized like a dinner
A wedding.
for your lovely girlfriend Meg?
yeah, but we usually just go
Just the two of
ourselves.
you.
Yeah.
Just the two of you. Okay.
He doesn't hang out with other people. Never mind.
Like, would you ever throw Dan?
Yeah. I've organized downtown shit because Dan's been in town. I'd be like, boop, 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 let's go. And then we just go downtown.
Right.
But I'm
if
not
I,
like-
if I did it via text, I'm off the hook on the drinks.
Yeah, but you set like an email invite.
the
He
email
said there was a
invite-
list. I'm not on this list.
Yeah, and you had to
you're
RSVP
right.
and stuff.
I know you don't have to RSVP.
Right, but it was an option. But it makes it more
It's
formal.
Good, it's good to know if you're coming. Or
Now you know.
Also,
Not asking
we've all
for an
known each other a
apology.
long period of time. When certain people RSVP, other people are like, I am not going. So, and this was a group of people who,
Oh yeah, unrelated.
never
Are
go back
you,
away.
Are you going?
I am going.
Never mind.
And that's why you're ditching me tonight, right?
Do you want to go out tonight?
Well, if you want to go out and have our time on Wednesday,
Let's go tonight. Let's go out for
He's
for
busy
drinks
Wednesday.
tonight.
I got to admit, right? I don't know whether it's just because I'm older than I was before. I love it when people cancel on me so much.
It's like
Really?
a relief.
I
It's
didn't
like
cancel
that
on you.
time opens up.
I didn't cancel on you.
No.
Okay.
But like if ever it's like, yeah, I can't wait to see this person, and then they're like, yeah, we should hang out. But then when the time comes, I'm like, oh man, I've got so much to do, or I'm just tired, and then they cancel, and it's like, I love that person so much for canceling.
Yeah.
I love it.
That flips. That turns again. Because there's a point in time when you want to go to stuff and you get excited when people invite you to stuff. And then after a while, you're kind of sick of going to stuff. And then you get happy when people cancel on you. And maybe even go so far as be happy when you don't get invited to stuff, even. But then that turns around where you want to do stuff again. I'm still waiting for him to come out
Gavin,
the other side.
It doesn't always turn around. let me give you the opposing viewpoint here.
Some
to be
faces are
fair and
longer than
balanced.
others.
Because there was a time, like for example, your bullshit invite to
It was
go and
cold.
watch. It was cold to watch Crystal Palace play Tottenham.
Oh, it was too
And
cold.
I was all for it. I was like, yeah, looking forward to this. It'll be fun. And then you cancelled. I was like, man, what a little baby. Now I would love it if you cancelled.
Yeah, it was early. It was
well,
cold.
the game was probably at 6:30.
It was-
Are you going Wednesday?
Yes.
Are you going Wednesday?
No, I think I RSVP'd to that already.
Did you? Okay.
I thought I did. If not,
Wow,
my bad.
everybody on this couch got a invite.
Dude, I'm literally about to add you to this
How about that?
list.
You know,
I was just trying to think of people who worked with Jen Hassan.
I want to remind everyone, this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by Movement. You guys have heard me talk about Movement before. You know those two college dropouts that started their own watch company? I don't know if you checked out the site lately, but they've doubled the number of watch styles and are still expanding. Movement watches are all about looking good and keeping it simple. Movement watches don't tell you how many steps you've taken or blow your wrist up with text messages. You know, I'm not a fan of that stuff. It tells time and looks good doing it. Plus, they've introduced a ton of new watch collections for both men and women, but also expanded to sunglasses, fashion-forward bracelets for her. In fact, I've got some of my sunglasses right here, too. Where was I? Movement watches start at just $95. At a department store, you're looking at at a department store, you're looking at $400 to $500. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup, providing the best possible price for classic design, quality construction, style minimalism. Huge fan of both the watches, sunglasses, all great stuff. You can get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/rooster. See why Movement keeps growing. Check out their expanding collection. Go to mvmt.com/rooster and join the movement. Thank you, Movement, for sponsoring this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast and for making stylish watches and sunglasses.
All right, I want to bring Burnie into a conversation that we had last week.
So Alan Abdeen,
Okay.
RSVP'd no, that he's not coming.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah. So I
that's
feel like if I was buying drinks, Alan would have come. That's what. So that's an indication to me. I don't have to pay for drinks because Alan's not going to be there.
Yeah.
He's the indicator. But nice glasses there. What you doing?
Deal with it.
Oh my God.
You gonna dab or?
How much do those cost? All right, go ahead, Gavin. You said what's the conversation from last week?
Okay, so last week I was talking about this, and Gus came up with a good solution that apparently everyone already knew. Okay, you buy something on Amazon, right? It arrives.
Go.
What?
I'm with you. I'm all on board.
It arrives. It's the incorrect item. It's not what you ordered.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's on you to ship it back.
Yes.
Otherwise, they'll charge you for it.
Yes.
And I think that's bullshit.
You should just, you could probably just call them. Have you done the customer service thing and said, hey, I didn't order this shit?
Yeah, and they're like, you need to return it to us in 30 days or we'll charge you for it.
What is the hassle there? Having to go
yeah,
You
somewhere
do know
to
you
ship
just put it back on your porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know before. But I think
That's what I was going to say.
I think if they send you something in error, it's yours and you should keep it.
Yeah. That's kind of like when I used to work in retail when something didn't have a price on it and everyone says, so it's free. And it's just like, can we not make this joke for the millionth time? I got to find the price for this item that has no information on it. Can I at least not get the dumb fucking joke about how it's free?
It's happened to me a few times and I didn't realize you could just put it on the floor. But so I've been like walking to a UPS and dropping it off and stuff. And I'm like, man, that's taking time out of my day.
Take it to the administrative office here.
Yeah, but then I'm involving my coworkers in my personal purchases.
You just put it there with all the other packages that are going out. We kind of ship stuff a lot around.
We can't all do that.
You
do
can't.
this.
I mean, that's not more work for them. The UPS delivery person just comes and grabs whatever packages are going out.
All right. Well, I didn't know about that either. So
We're solving so many
So you just don't know how like delivery works or anything. It sounds like you could use
I
a
don't ship a lot of stuff.
crash course on
They
logistics.
they just throw it at you, and it's like, well, if that was $100, you're gonna be charged the $100 if you don't give it back to us.
My house on a hill, and like the progressively the delivery people have gotten less and less enthusiastic about bringing
Finding your
things
driveway.
all the way to the front door. It's like it was like at the top of the stairs. It's like 3/4 of the way up the stairs. I literally had one. I couldn't believe this. You guys know my setup or my mailbox. I've never seen this before ever. Amazon delivery. It was at my curb. It was just sitting. It was sitting beside my mailbox, like just
throw it at
sit.
the
They did it like
bottom of the
Paperboy
driveway.
style. They're just like tossing
Yeah.
it out as they're driving by.
I was
To be fair,
I
though-
couldn't believe it.
At this point, having been to your house several times, I don't know what one's the front door.
Why not?
Which one is it?
It's the one you come in.
It's the one facing the street.
I've come in most of them.
Gross.
My delivery guy who's been doing.
That's why I don't use the door at Bernie's house.
You really don't know what my front door is?
Which one is it?
Is that hard
The
to figure out?
front
Gus, have you ever
one.
been to my house? You've
I've
been invited. You're done. I'm done inviting you to stuff.
Oh,
I know
good.
which one the front one is.
It's over.
I haven't come back around. I'm still on the
one
other
of
side.
these days.
You know which one is the front door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be a jerk.
The one facing the street.
So not the one near the drive where you walk up.
No, that's the back door.
Barbara shows, hey,
How's
kids,
the
I'm really
back
looking
door at the
forward to my
front?
free drinks on Wednesday. Thanks, B. So, fuck off, Barbara.
My
Welcome to
my Amazon delivery guy, he there's like a few steps to the front door.
fuck that.
He walks up the steps, but then from the top of the steps throws it onto the mat. And
Yeah.
it just like arcs in like it's like maybe 6 feet. And it's like, you already came up the steps.
Yeah, just
Put it
place
down.
it.
Yep.
He's throwing stuff. He threw like a $2,000 hard drive enclosure the other day.
Jeez.
Whoa, $2,000 hard drive
It's like a
enclosure.
big NAS thing. It's like
If
don't
it's like
lob it.
If it's like in a bag, like a plastic sack kind of delivery, and it's something soft, I'm okay with them throwing it.
Yeah.
If it comes in a cardboard box, place it down.
No throw.
I feel like
No throw.
don't throw it though on the person's step. It's disrespectful.
Cameras are too common these days.
Yeah.
Like, security cameras. You're gonna get caught if you do that.
I also don't even notice it from the cameras. I just hear stuff hitting the door.
Maybe he's just dropping it really loudly.
I got in trouble with my UPS delivery driver recently.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
How can I tell this story? She was upset with me because I got a delivery and it didn't have my unit on it. And I was like, I swear I put it on there. She's like, well, it's not on the package. She's like, well, I put it when I ordered the thing. They must just not have printed it. She's like, well, it doesn't say you need to put it. I was like, I put it. I don't know why you're mad at me.
Yeah, you're not seeing the label until you get it.
Right. Whoever I bought this from, they didn't print it right. She's like, well, you need to make sure. Like, I can't make sure because I didn't print the fucking label.
Yep.
It was like this whole this huge
who even
circular
prints the
argument.
label?
And it's like
It's UPS.
and it's like, you know where I live. You've known me. You know that that's me and that I'm over here. It was
There.
just bizarre.
That's irrational, yeah.
That's my package. Like
That's great.
they just
Tiny.
They just set it on the curb. I was trying to get a big wide view so you could see. It's like they just set it on the curb, like right at
Oh,
the.
that's not the curb to the street.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the street.
That's my car is in
No.
the street.
It's like next to the driveway.
That's on your property.
It's not on the property, but what does that mean?
Well, I
It's
thought
like-
when you said it up by the curb, I think it meant it was like on the road where you drive up to the curb.
I would have put it like in the middle of the driveway so he definitely sees it.
They set it on the front of my property. They just set it like if they pulled up to the curb and they leaned out and put it on my
They
property.
kind of put it off to the side. Like, are you looking at that spot every time you drive up?
It's right by the mailbox. They put it next to the
okay.
mailbox. If the mailbox is in the front yard in a traditional American setup, where although all houses now it seems like they have centralized mail,
communal
I
ones.
have
they're getting
that.
lazy about delivering mail.
I fucking have that and I hate it because I have to stop at the mailbox, go out of my way on my way home. It's like I just want to go home, but I have to stop at
Also,
the mailbox.
by the
Once
way,
after I moved, I didn't know that's what I had. And I was like,
You didn't know, why am I getting no
after
mail?
3 months, I was like, and then the delivery person knocked on the door and they were like, you have to empty your box. I was like, oh, it's a mailbox somewhere?
Yeah.
Never knew where it was.
you can find it.
Because it wasn't
by the
attached
way,
to the house.
so you probably went and this thing was probably jammed with mail. You pulled it all out. What percentage of that was actual mail that you
I have
Oh,
the
it's all
exact
junk mail.
answer. 100% of it was junk.
It's junk.
Yeah.
It's like
All of
it's
it
like
was garbage.
it's like the mail delivery service.
basically-
They deliver trash to you.
They're just
That's what they do.
moving
They do, no,
pressure
they do
around.
two things. They deliver trash to you and they lose packages that you're waiting for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all the postal
I'm
service is
basically
good
a middleman for the garbage company.
for.
because-
Recycling.
Yeah.
If the IRS dealt with email and not letters, I would never check the mail. I would not use
I pretty
mail.
much have every single thing automated at this point.
Yeah.
That's it. I had nothing. Yeah, IRS.
But it's illegal to take down a mailbox. You can't like say no mail.
Yeah.
No
'Cause you know
mail.
why? Because they make money from the direct mail shit.
Was that a Seinfeld episode?
Well, I mean, he tried to
Newman
cancel
involved?
it. Newman freaked out on him.
Yeah, he tried to like cancel his mail service.
Yeah, I want to cancel the mail.
Have you ever gotten a package that's delivered to the mailbox and they put it in the special keyhole thing on the bottom?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
and
big
then-
one.
Yeah, and then you have to figure out how the fuck the key works and like which one it opens.
I got
They have
one.
a key and you have a key.
Yeah.
They have a key that opens it all the time.
Yeah, and well, they have a key. They give you a key, and then they scribble on it like which one it's for, and you can't really make it out. And like the labeling on the mailbox is inconsistent, so you just are trying every single one until it works.
What happens
And you
to
kind of
just
look like a maniac.
doing it the way England does it, with a hole in the door and your mail just is in your house? What's wrong with that?
Well,
People can break
for
in.
packages, they have a gigantic hole.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about just like mail though.
Yeah,
Like
think
at
it's
no
old
point
mail
can
slot.
my mail in England be full.
That
we
used to
have
be a
letter
thing.
slots here as
Yeah,
well.
that
They're
used
just
to be a thing here.
older.
Yeah, it's just more walking. They're moving to the system now where you have the centralized mailbox so
Yeah.
that
And you can bust
Because they're
your ass.
losing money because
You
nobody mails things anymore.
My letter carrier, he walks around, just walks the neighborhood. Doesn't get in a truck at all.
Get a load of this guy.
He's a nice dude. He wears
My
a
mail guy-
big floppy hat. I like him.
My mail guy doesn't even drive like a postal service van or anything. It's just his truck.
That's just the guy that stole mail.
Yeah, and he shows up and he opens all of them. I guess should he be doing that or did he steal the key?
control everything but the vehicle.
Yeah,
The
start doing the job too.
my mailman, I was like, I'm outside a lot, so I see him a lot. Whenever he comes and puts something down, I say, thank you for doing that. You know, if I see him at the mailbox, he says, hey, have a nice day. I feel like we're definitely beyond the point at which I should know what his name is. And I don't know how to find out what my mailman's name is.
I don't
Have you
think
tried
need to know.
asking him?
I think, yeah, but I feel like I should know. Because it's like, we're friendly. But we weren't, by the time we got to be friendly.
Why don't letter carriers wear like a name tag?
Oh, maybe he does.
I feel like this shouldn't be like a Seinfeld situation. This should just be you going up to him and being like, I feel like we talk all the time, but I don't know your name.
Yeah.
What is it?
There you go.
And then he would cry because he'd be like, he knows my name. It's on the fucking letter. So
they should start putting little stamps that say delivered by this person on all your mail.
No, because then you know who to blame when shit gets fucked up.
Yeah.
And shit gets fucked up all the time.
Gus loves the United States Postal Service.
Yeah.
Here's what bugs me about junk mail. I can take like the flyers and booth and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, I just accept that for the one letter I need like every 3 months, I got to put up with all this other shit. I don't like the shit that gets disguised as real mail. Or disguised as a bill.
Like a handwritten envelope, but it's from
but then you see
Spectrum or something.
Yeah, you see two of the same letter, and you can tell it's.
I've got a problem with Spectrum.
I do as well. What's
They're
yours?
a cable company.
Formerly Time Warner Cable. So
Not associated with Time Warner, a division of AT&T.
I fucking know it was Spectrum.
Their life now.
Because Spectrum is the only company that sends me junk mail in Spanish.
Yep. Well, your name's Gustavo.
Right. It's like, I'll get letters. I'm like,
been
oh, I
profiled.
know this is from Spectrum because it's in Spanish. I'll be like, yep, it's from Spectrum.
Is your address different in Spanish?
No. But it was yesterday. I got
say, like open now in Spanish.
I got maybe it was yesterday or the day before. I got a telemarketer call, but I didn't know what it was. So I answered this phone call, and it was a telemarketer calling me speaking Spanish. That's never happened. So I know Spectrum fucking sold my information to another company that's now giving me junk phone calls in Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm on to you, Spectrum. I'm gonna find you. Fucking assholes.
I get that.
I don't understand why they're the only ones who send me shit in Spanish.
This could just be an elaborate prank from your friends.
Oh, wait a minute.
Frank did it to you. I have that thing too in email. I get spam. And if it's spam from like, I ordered recently a LA Dodgers cap, but one that was big enough to fit my giant head. And so
You a big Dodgers fan?
the MLB, yeah, I like the Dodgers. You like the Dodgers?
You like the Dodgers? Or are you
Yeah.
a big Dodgers fan?
I like the Dodgers. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Dodgers fan. They're my
Right,
baseball
hat.
team that I follow. I have a hat. I like the hat. It says LA on it.
I like the Angels.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know we had a problem. Apparently we had a problem. So the MLB had my email address and was saying, hey, there's new jerseys for the Dodgers in here. I was like, oh, clearly they put me on their list because I bought a hat recently, so I unsubscribed. Normal thing, no big deal. But I feel like there's some emails that I get that are spam emails that are like kind of like low level. I don't know how to put it. Like, hey, I'm going to be in your area soon with a seminar on how to be great at real estate or some shit like that. I get the
can't
most.
trace that.
Nobody ever tries to fuck me in spam. I'm always getting like these seminars. We're going to learn to be a motivated person. It's like, where's all the sex emails? What am I doing that's like generating this fucking horrible
enough
sector
time
that I'm
to
in?
do it. Apparently.
I'm getting a great one. Let me see if I can find an example.
But I
of it here.
won't unsubscribe from those because I don't want to confirm to them that I got it. Does that
Right.
make sense?
You just want
Right.
to block them?
That's a real thing, right, Gus?
Yes, absolutely.
Because if I unsubscribe, you're like,
they
oh, this
know.
is a working email address, bleh, and they sell it to everybody
Yeah,
else.
sell
Do you get this one? I get this one every now and then.
Right.
Hi, victim.
Hi, victim.
Snowflake.
I write you because I put malware on the webpage with porn which you have visited.
I don't get that.
My virus grabbed all your personal info and turned on your camera, which captured the process of your
Masturbation.
onanism. I think they mean masturbation. Just after that, the soft saved your contact list. I will delete the compromising video and info if you pay me $300 in Bitcoin. This is the address for payment. I give you 30 hours after you open my message for making the transaction. As soon as you read the message, I'll see it right away. It just like goes on. It's like,
What?
they're just trying to extort me. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Have fun with that, dude.
Like, there's not a video.
No one else has gotten that? I get that
Never
like 5
gotten that.
times a day.
I feel
It's supposed to be
like-
all the porn I jack off to at work.
I feel like even if a picture of you, a video of you jacking off went up, you'd be like,
Oh, well.
Just like,
what?
Who cares?
Honestly, it was a matter of time.
Ironically, I only jack off to videos of Gus jacking off. It's circular.
All right.
what would be worse for you leaking? Video of you jacking off or just the information of what you were jacking off to?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I think I'm pretty vanilla though.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
I think
Just
I'm
like big old
secure
tits, like
enough.
hooter tits.
Yeah, I'm
right?
not
Yeah.
deep
Well, I'm
throating
a
a foot.
millennial, so no.
I'm not deep throating a foot or anything. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I like normal stuff. Just two people banging, crying, diaper stuff. You know, normal stuff.
I like two
Right?
people
Right,
banging
guys?
provides no information.
What's that?
Just like man and a woman.
Just people banging. I was making a joke to get to the diaper thing.
Humans banging. It's what he's into.
Gavin was trying to break that down for me. Go deeper in here in this category.
I was
You weren't
trying to
worried
find
about the diaper one.
I was poking the truth for it. I was seeing what was soft.
Yeah, but I get this spam, and so I'm always afraid to unsubscribe to it because I'm afraid if I unsubscribe to it, they're gonna say, "All right."
People in chat are saying that they might also know if you look at the message that it might load an image in there, and they can tell if.
No,
already know
that's why I
this.
don't load images.
Don't we
there you
do,
go.
doesn't Sophie do that? Didn't you say Sophie did that?
Yeah, well, a lot of marketing people do that, but they put a little pixel.
Sneaky.
It's a one little pixel image, and it loads that little pixel. When it loads the image, loads the pixel.
It
That
knows,
comes from
yeah.
their server, and they go, "Oh, we got to hit on this." So
I would
little
just post a
tracking thing.
link to that pixel everywhere. They're like, man, his email,
They're like, oh,
his
this
email's gone viral.
This guy really likes our email.
Yeah.
Look at all the people he's shown.
No, see that much. Wait, I want to tell one
I
story
was
real
going to
quick.
wrap up, but go ahead.
So playing Sea of Thieves, we got away from this.
Oh yeah, this thing.
We tried to
I was
get him
playing
off.
Sea
You
of
need
Thieves.
to be stopped.
So, and I ended up with this group of
Gavin's
this
not
crew. They're amazing. It's actually fun to play Sea of Thieves
No,
with
it's
a
not.
good crew.
Okay.
I made like 100,000 gold in like 2 hours.
Wow.
Fucking,
For what? For what?
it's just a game. It's fun, and that's it. Anyway, to the point of the story, playing for a while.
Fuck this guy
and then we
for
had that
having fun,
moment that tends to happen sometimes when we play online. Was
You got mad.
I've been playing for yeah, definitely, dude. My kids should not play Sea of Thieves with me because we just argue constantly. Teddy will not fucking listen to anything. He will not listen.
We got a Teddy story?
It's like what? 13?
Yeah, he does it. He's doing his own thing. I don't even know why he plays the game with us. It's like if we're all fighting something, he's like, I'm busy over here. I'm shining a light on a tree. I don't know what he's doing.
I like his style.
Do your dumb kid voice.
He wanted to. I'm just shining a light on a tree. But
Great. Now
so
we got an
we were
RTA.
playing. I was playing for a while. With this group, and sometimes the moment that happens where someone goes, they read my gamer tag, which is Bernie Burns. They go, Bernie Burns. They go, are you the real Bernie Burns? And I say yes. And they're like, are you really? And I said, yeah, I'm really Bernie Burns. I don't think anybody would fake being me online ever. And this guy, I remember his name was Illcaster. He goes, oh, I was a huge fan of Red versus Blue. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. That's really cool.
It's still going on.
And then these other guys, like the other people in the crew, come up and they're like, who is this? I don't get this. And then he's like, oh, he made this show Red versus Blue and everything. And I was like, yeah, very like normal interaction. Then this guy busts out this fact. He goes, yeah, I drove from Michigan. I was at the season 2 premiere, season 1 at the Lincoln Center. I was like,
fuck?
what?
Damn.
I go, were you really? That's like 100
small audience.
Yeah. 150 people.
Yeah.
Like one of the first big things we ever did. And I just randomly ran into this dude playing Sea of Thieves 14
crazy.
14 years later. That was really weird, I thought.
So we must have met the guy.
Well, did you?
We must have met him.
Because we-
No, he said he has a signed season 1 DVD.
Yeah, we
from the
signed
event.
stuff for everyone that was in the audience.
It was the first time we ever signed.
Yeah, and
You
then
asked for
we invited anyone who's over 21 to like a bar down the street.
Yep.
Like,
So does that mean he has Joel Heyman Joel?
He does, probably. It's one of the
That's how
few
you know
times
for
when
sure.
people could get all the cast except for Yo Mary. She wasn't at the event. But,
Right,
yeah. But
I haven't seen her for ages. Where is she?
in Los Angeles.
She didn't come to RTX?
No, she didn't come to RTX. No, I don't think they paid for her to come. We'll have to fix
That's
that.
bullshit.
We'll have to fix
That's
that.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on now.
She congratulated me on my engagement. It was very
We'll
nice.
have to fix that.
She's a nice woman.
We
Yes.
like Yo Mary.
all right. Well, let's wrap up.
Yo Mary plays.
And on that note.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.